Five-finger death punch. House of the Rising Sun. Good morning, everybody.
Those guys are really good.
Yeah, you like Five Finger, huh?
Very much, yeah.
That was a nice little request over the Twitter late last night, so you can request the opening song, no problem. Do that.
Yeah.
If it's a good one, we'll play it. If it's shit, we'll ignore you.
Yeah.
So, how was everyone's weekend?
Uneventful as always.
Why? Why uneventful?
Because I'm out on the road. Yeah, what am I going to do? I hang out, I do a few sets. What am I going to do?
Do something.
Like what?
Live a life.
I try to. I'm not doing anything. I'm not just sitting in the house, but I went out on the subway.
Not a lot.
Went to the village, bought a couple of soaps.
All right, that's all right.
Lotions.
That's nice. You're out there with the people. You're
Bought some
walking
body
around.
lotion, had coffee.
You're people watching. That's something. I mean, it certainly is uneventful, but you're really enjoying the subway after all these years living in New York.
Yes.
Jim Norton discovered the subway.
Yes, I have.
Pretty amazing how they can get you from one place to another real quickly.
I don't even have to worry about traffic.
Well, yes, I've been trying to tell you that for years.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then you could glom onto your ideas of normalcy by still going candle and soap shopping like you do.
Yeah, that's a nice normal thing.
Yes.
And then after you got your soap, what did you do?
I'm back home.
You jumped back on the subway.
Hopped on the old one train, the old one north.
Yeah, the one will take you right down to the village in minutes from our neighborhood.
Street, yeah. Nice
Wow.
Round.
Very good.
Really,
Yeah.
really impressive.
Yeah, zipped right down there. I didn't know what was happening up above ground.
Didn't bug you at all, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Do you like looking at the people on the subway?
No.
I love that.
You avoid eye contact. It's funny, I've never seen so many people avoiding eye contact with each other.
Even though you're sitting a mere 2 feet from them?
But I get why, because, I actually did some reading. So one of the things I did this week is I'm reading Colin's book because I'm hosting an event with him tomorrow.
That's
and I got
great.
the book Thursday at Sam's show is when they gave me the book.
Yeah.
So I had to start reading it then. And, I want to try to get close to finishing it. It's unbelievably funny. It's so fucking good.
Well, I certainly would like a copy of that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll bring one tomorrow.
To prepare for this Colin Quinn appearance.
Yeah,
he likes when we're well prepared.
Well, they should have. His guys should have sent them over. It's ridiculous that they didn't. The people
Should let him have it when he gets here.
I will.
He would let you have it.
Yes, he would. But he'll also be annoyed at them because I told him, I'm like, "Where's the book?"
Yeah, I would have. I would have loved to have read that book instead of Girl on a Train.
Instead of what?
Girl on a Train. It's a New York Times bestseller. That's what I'm reading right now.
Who are the two lucky guys with her?
Girl on a Train is a very popular book. I think it's one of those beach reads.
What's it about?
And I think it might be a girly book because all the main characters are girls, so that usually means it's a girly book.
It's called The Girl on the Train.
Nothing is more addicting than The Girl on the Train. Vanity Fair says.
Oh, Vanity Fair.
Yeah. Yes.
Written by a
Boston
person
Globe
named Paula.
Says, like its train, the story blasts through the stagnation of these lives in suburban London, and the reader cannot help but turn pages.
About a girl in suburban London?
Gone Girl fans will devour this psychological thriller, People magazine says. Look, man, I decided to start reading again, so whatever's around, I will read.
I don't understand you guys. I used to listen to this show in high school, and now Jim's spending his weekend buying soaps, and you're reading Girl on the Train.
I'm fighting the urge to pay a person for sex.
Thank you.
So buying soap is something.
So you're just jonesing.
It's just something to do.
Are you still good?
I'm doing okay, yeah. I mean,
All right. All right. You're making... Good. All right.
You should come over and watch wrestling.
Well, that's just as bad as reading Girl on a Train.
Well, I wasn't sitting at home watching wrestling, but I would sit at home and watch wrestling with Jim if it meant he wasn't buying prostitutes.
It's got to be a good book because I'm 120 pages in. With two little kids running around, I was able to get 120 pages in.
Hey.
But I would rather read Colin Quinn's book, to be honest with you.
I would imagine. I would hope so.
They should send that. That's stupid that they haven't sent more.
Yeah.
I had to really complain to get it. But I wanted to be prepared. It's about race. It's all about him growing up in New York. There's a lot of his life in it, which I didn't know.
Is it a real coloring book? I didn't get that part of it.
I don't know how to respond to that.
But that's all I saw on Twitter. No. Didn't he say it was a coloring book? Was he joking it was a coloring book?
Yes, he was.
Oh. I don't know.
It's a book.
It's just a book, but he calls it the coloring book?
It is called the coloring book. That can be confusing.
That's not that bad, because
It's horrendous.
No, I could see Colin as a goof making an actual coloring book. Yeah. All right. That's all I saw.
No,
I got to defend myself a little bit. I saw the cover, and I just assumed that it was Colin just making a coloring book.
No, it's not.
That would be clever and... All right. I'll shut up. I'll shut up now.
But how would I have read his book all weekend if it was a coloring book?
That's true, too.
You're not a strong reader.
A slower reader am I.
Well, you're too busy fucking looking up subway time.
Yeah, his book was amazing. I was
Subway
actually coloring in the yellows and the greens.
Coloring all fucking weekend. I'm starting to stay in the lines.
Yeah, I'm really doing good, but these goddamn sharpeners are never any good in the back of the crayon box.
Look, I saw one lousy tweet, and then I saw The Coloring Book, a comedian solves race relations in America. So I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe he was trying to do something a little different.
Yes.
That's not that bad.
It's arguably the worst thing I've heard in 5 years. It's terrible.
It really isn't that bad.
He's called The Coloring Book just because, I guess, about race.
Well,
and
now
stuff.
I understand, yes.
And it's about him growing up in New York, and his ethnic knowledge is really unparalleled. It's so... Here's what's so good about the book. He talks about blacks, he talks about Jews, he talks about his Irish, the Italians, and but it's not angry. Like, he's so good at being really funny without being an angry dickhead about it. Like, you can't argue with it.
It's probably a lot like his one-man show, no?
Different material.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't heard almost any of this. When did they come in?
They came in Friday or Thursday.
And
So no one thinks to drop one off?
It's a lot to color.
Friday or Thursday. We need these books immediately.
I think it came on Thursday afternoon, and then you got yours on Friday morning.
I got mine Thursday when I saw you.
Do you understand if
Friday.
I got my book on Thursday or Friday, I would have never said, is it a real coloring book? Because I would have known the answer.
But you were at the beach already.
Reading Girl on a Train.
Right. You were already enraptured in Girl on the Train. And thinking about all the coloring you were going to get to do when you got Colin Quinn's book.
It's a page turner, I got to tell you.
What, Girl on the Train?
Yes, it is.
Well, according to Tampon Monthly,
Hey, what the fuck?
No, you're right. Masculine.
It's a girl's book.
Masculine publications like Vanity Fair are giving it hugely
It's
good
a girl's
reviews.
The Boston Globe.
Oh.
All right, well.
Maybe I need to just, get away from all this nonsense and do something completely different.
Get in touch with
and
your
that is to read a
side.
beach book.
Yeah, put a
that is
robe
made
on.
for girls.
It's a girl's book.
It is a girl's book. It's for ladies. It's for a women's book club. That's where it's getting all its readers.
Oprah says.
I was hooked from page one, though.
You were?
Yeah, she was looking out the train and sees a house with some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then she sees the house every day, and then some nonsense happens, and then she decides to get involved.
Well, she takes
That's
a train.
good book, right?
Well,
You're into subways.
Could be, yeah. But I'm underground, so what could I see?
That's true.
I could see something on the platform.
That's
Right.
true.
It's a good idea. Boy on a train. I should write one.
Boy, on a subway.
Yes. Tries to look up a girl's skirt yesterday, and she closes her legs annoyed.
Did you really?
Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Did you get caught?
Busted.
She had a little summer dress on.
Oh my God, she was a Spanish girl, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, she's sexy, man.
Yeah.
But she had sunglasses on, so I couldn't see where her eyes were. So I just kept reading my dumb Colin Quinn book, peeking over.
Peeking over the top.
Yes, I was trying to peek at her fucking thighs.
And she knew you were peeking.
She couldn't help. I was trying not to because I didn't want to be a creep.
That's wonderful.
But she just got off at the next stop. I could tell she closed her legs. I was like, oh.
She probably got off early.
Yeah,
I
probably did.
She probably got off.
Got off
early.
and waited for the next one
Or
to
just
come.
moved to another car.
Yeah.
I was wondering if she was actually just moving to another car. I was like, she couldn't be pleased with my
Definitely a
peeking.
possibility.
What did I do this weekend? I
Couldn't help yourself, though. You were a curious boy.
Yes, I was. I wanted to see what her underpants looked like.
I watched a documentary thanks to Jim Norton in between reading Girl on a Train.
Oh. Is it a
Yes.
ladies' documentary?
It's not a ladies documentary. It's all man, this one.
Hey.
I don't think a lot of ladies are watching Cartel Land
Okay.
about the Mexican cartels. I don't even know if it's out yet. Is it, Jimmy?
I don't know.
I didn't tweet about it because I wasn't sure people could see it yet.
I
We're
think,
lucky to get these things in
Oh,
advance.
you saw it on? Didn't you see it on YouTube, or did you get it? Did you see the?
I saw they gave me a nice
the link. Okay, yes, not out yet.
They gave me a nice link.
Yeah, it's excellent.
It was excellent. It was shot beautifully. That whoever shot that film, they know what the fuck they're doing. I should have looked up their credits because wow, beautiful shots in that movie, and just what an amazing story. These towns trying to run the cartel out of them. They're trying to take over their towns again.
Yeah.
And one guy, the one guy started the whole movement, right?
Yeah.
As a pretty much
Doctor.
a doctor, a vigilante, basically, getting the townspeople to rise up and put white T-shirts on and get guns, and they were kicking the cartel out of these towns one by one. So it's a really good story.
And those guys, I've seen footage of those guys, of those, not, whatever the name of that group was, but of vigilantes when they get a hold of someone in the cartels.
Yeah.
And those guys are brutal. You have to be on the cartels. And they, I've seen footage, these baseball bat beatings. And I'm sure the cartel does them too. It's where they just duct tape somebody's hands and mouth. And there's two guys that are fucking beating on you with an aluminum baseball bat. It's fucking hard. There's no place on your body other than your head that they don't hit. They don't want to knock you out. But just to watch a guy taking 8 or 9 swats at a dude with an aluminum baseball bat, and then another guy coming over just to rest his friend's arm.
Yeah.
Coming over and hitting him with a baseball bat.
You watch those videos?
Yeah.
I can't watch those videos.
Yeah, it makes you not want to go to Mexico.
Right.
Yeah, it scares me. I haven't watched them much anymore. I'm very selective now. I still go to that one site, and 80% of them I can't look at anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So what has changed?
it's just too much. It's too much input. It's too much terrible input you can't process all of it anymore. So unless I see something, like I watch knockout stuff more now. Bully gets knocked out, or small guy knocks out big guy in mall, like shit like that.
Yeah, that's easy to watch.
But accident victims and stuff.
No. I'm finally eating meat again after that Earthlings documentary. And when I was watching that damn thing, I was thinking of you. I'm like, man, Jimmy watches this type of stuff a lot. I forced myself to watch that damn documentary, and now I have moved on.
I haven't seen Earthlings.
Oh, you still haven't seen it?
No, I forgot about it.
We don't need to talk about it anymore.
No.
We fucking pissed off the people talking about that one because it was too damn depressing.
Oh,
They like it a little lighter than that.
I think I got another victim last night, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I was texting with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And she said to me, hold on. She was looking around for something. She goes, hey, tell me something funny to find.
No. Okay.
She was trying to have some laughs.
Yeah. Just a cute
documentary called Dear Zachary.
Oh, you got another one.
She wrote, okay, hold on, I'm looking for it. Are you going to sleep? And then she wrote, yay, found it. And I wrote, I am in a few. It's a documentary, but it's a real hoot.
Okay.
And,
did she write you back?
She did, but not about that. And then hopefully today I'll get an update. Oh, I'm so happy.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
oh, boy, is it.
That is
very sad.
That's
very,
a brutal,
sad.
brutal watch.
Well, I did do some stuff. I mean, I didn't just do that. I forgot to say, I did do, I did Sam's show on Friday, which was very good. It was a fun little closet show.
He's more than ready. He's on his way now.
Well, I thought it was
Thank
more
you.
the guests, but I mean, I guess he's serviceable.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Fly, birdie, fly, or whatever that Angelo lady said.
That's right.
Angela, Maya
Angelou.
Yeah.
What'd she
Why do
say?
the cage birds sing?
Yeah,
That's right.
I think you're the bird.
Not fly,
out of the
birdie,
cage
fly.
or something. I think it was fly, birdie, fly. I don't appreciate a good poem. Sorry, never have, never will.
Well, maybe
They're
keep reading
stupid.
that Girl on the Train book and you'll get there.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
it's a thriller. Let's see some more reviews of Girl on a Train.
Yes.
Takes a real man to admit they were reading Girl on a Train, Sam Roberts.
You're right. I respect it, if nothing else.
I can't wait to read this book. And I swear to you, I thought he was goofing around and just doing a coloring book. I had no idea.
I have certain issues with it, more with the thank yous.
You didn't make the thank yous?
Well, I no one really did. He only named 2 comedians.
Who?
Jerry Seinfeld, I would imagine.
Yeah, and another guy who's host of the Oscars.
Chris Rock.
Yeah,
And that was it?
that was it. He mentioned all the comedians at the Cellar, and
All right, that includes you.
Yeah, but
did
I
you
just,
thank
you
any
know.
radio guys in here?
no.
Only the famous ones by name, huh?
Yeah, that's what I seem to notice.
Yeah.
Where are the thank yous?
I get why he thanks Seinfeld. Jerry's done a tremendous amount to help him out with, by helping to produce his special,
I don't even see thank yous. Where are they?
They're in there somewhere. I don't
Somewhere?
know. I buzzed right to him.
Just to see.
No, but on the back you see that he has
Let's see.
the 2 quotes.
Yeah, by
Book
Chris
is
Rock
so
and Jerry
it's
Seinfeld.
so funny, man.
He's fucking hilarious.
It's when you read it, you're like, this is the book I wanted Colin to write. Like, you know, when you it's like it's about time he wrote a book, and it almost feels like there's no way he doesn't have even more stories than this. And this is like a full book, so he has easily another one in him.
Oh, maybe he's already, he's spreading it out a little bit. You know, the good news is you can color the front page of the book.
Yes, you can.
All right?
But it's not, you know, it doesn't, because it's not an angry book, it doesn't cut corners. Like, it addresses stereotypes and race, and it doesn't avoid stuff that you, like, go, why didn't he talk about that? And none of that, it's all in there.
Oh, good for
him. Really
him.
funny, and it's not a polite book. It's not politically correct. It's just not come from a place, it doesn't come from a place of anger, which none of the stand-up does.
Is he coming in Wednesday?
I'm guessing tomorrow, if he has any brains whatsoever.
God, tomorrow?
No?
I'll try to
Wait,
squeeze
he's not
out-
in tomorrow?
No, he's in Wednesday.
Oh, good.
Wait, why is he not in tomorrow? It comes out tomorrow.
I don't know. He was booked on Wednesday.
What a dope he is. We're doing an event tomorrow. How's he not going to promote his event?
Because he's probably like, you guys got that covered.
And he's probably promoting it on bigger shows.
Is he doing TV tomorrow?
I
I
bet
don't
you
know.
that.
We have another author coming in tomorrow. So.
Oh.
Ian Halpern.
Oh, okay.
His Highness Hollywood?
His Highness
Yes.
Hollywood. That's right, Sam.
I am so excited that Ian Halpern is finally making his way back
He's
to
writing
the
a
show.
book. I'm guessing it's the Whitney Houston.
Yes.
It's about Whitney and Bobby Christina.
And he already has headlines.
Oh, good.
A lawyer tried to extort $250,000 from Whitney Houston over in a lesbian affair. Claims new Ian Halperin book. He rules. I can't wait to get him in here.
Fucking asshole.
You think he's going to bring broads in?
I hope so. Or some guy with a French accent that doesn't have a French accent in the bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did you ever tell me that one?
I don't know, but he completely lost his French accent when he went to the
Oh,
bathroom.
that's great.
Yeah.
Remember he came in with those two broads and we broke him down and it turned out he paid him just to show up.
I wasn't
And
here
make
that
believe-
day.
Oh, it was wonderful. Make him believe he was partying with these girls all night long and
And then it turned out he found him on Craigslist and they were just like extras.
yeah, and he paid him to come in here.
Yeah.
And make believe that they were up all night together. He's the best.
They weren't.
No, they weren't.
It's just a fabrication.
Yes, it was. They were disgusted that we even thought that it was a possibility. All right, so Jimmy's riding the subway. I've learned that the Colin Quinn book is not a coloring book.
No, not a
I've
coloring
turned
book.
people on to a brand new book.
Yeah.
Girl on a Train. What a great start so far to the show.
I'd say. And I did Sam's show, which was very good.
Yes.
I had to say Sam's show was very good on Friday.
You said that.
Thank you.
No, I know, but I'm saying that.
Oh, you're saying it
we're
again.
summing up.
Oh,
what
we're
we-
summarizing.
recapping.
Sorry, we're summarizing, of course. Also, I went on a Beach Boys kick because of the John Cusack interview on Thursday. I was telling Sam I finally decided to listen to Pet Sounds because everyone's calling this the greatest album of all time, and I haven't heard it in a while. And I listened to it, and I was just like, all right, there's a few songs on here that I really like a lot, and that was about it. I don't know why they're calling it the greatest album of all time.
I don't either. And I listened to a lot of Pet Sounds, and I listened to a lot of another record by them, or Smile.
Oh, you listen to Smile.
Some of it.
You can get through
What
it.
is this shit? I understand, like, I do say, like, you know, again, the guy was an innovative, brilliant guy.
Yeah.
God Only Knows is a great song. That's probably my favorite Beach Boys song. And I was watching clips of McCartney talking about him, and McCartney really does love him, like, really admires him. And you know, he sees Brian Wilson as an absolute equal peer.
Sure.
Maybe even a guy who creatively inspires him, you know. Great artist, and some of those songs are fucking phenomenal. You can't deny that, whatever, you know, wouldn't it be nice? Yeah, big tune, great.
You know, like, wouldn't it be nice?
I do. I'm saying, I'm acknowledging it's a good song, very good song.
Yes, it was a huge hit.
But stop it already. Stop comparing the fucking Beach Boys to the Beatles. Stop it. They're not in the same league.
I don't agree with on music with Jimmy a lot, but I'm with you on this one.
They're not in the same league.
I'm with you.
Beach Boys were very good, innovative. He's a brilliant guy. They are light years behind the fucking Beach Boys. I don't want to hear about production. I'm just telling you what my ears say.
Wait, light years behind the Beatles.
As far as what I enjoy.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. 100%.
Maybe they were better harmonizers. Maybe they were better at a wall of sound.
Right.
Hey, okay, great.
Well, they also only had one revolutionary album.
No, but I would throw that album in with the Beatles albums, and I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't think there's any Beatles
Oh
albums.
no, here comes Troy Kwan.
Really?
I don't think there's any single Beatles albums better than Pet Sounds.
I would.
I think the problem is that like
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
No, not even that
you
one.
compare the entire Beatles catalog to Pet Sounds, then of
But
course.
other songs I listened to too. I bought a bunch of their stuff. I was going back and forth and just bouncing around. And it wasn't like it wasn't good.
But Pet Sounds as like a single work, like this is just an album. This is one
Help.
work.
I enjoy Help more.
I understand.
Beatles Help. The album.
What about 8 Days a Week? Little 8 Days a Week. You like that song?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite.
Go ahead, Troy Kwan. Give
Well-
us a lesson.
Well, first of all, yes, the Beatles are way better than the Beach Boys, in my opinion, too.
Pet Sounds?
Pet Sounds is up there
How does it
with
compare with Beatles albums?
it's up there with Sgt. Pepper.
I didn't hate it. I listened to it.
You also have to think about
I really focused on it. I was just chilling out. I'm like, I'm going to put Pet Sounds on from beginning to end, and I've heard it over the years,
You also
so
have to
it wasn't brand new to me. And I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, I never really got into this album.
You just got to
As an
figure out
album.
what was going on at the time. You know what I mean, musically.
Maybe it doesn't hold up.
I think it holds up.
It definitely holds up.
And you also have to keep in mind too, the one thing that is amazing about Brian Wilson is there was one guy.
Right.
Where the Beatles was 4 and George Martin.
I understand.
and
well,
George
there was
Martin.
3 in Ringo. I mean,
Well, yeah, true.
Ringo was just a
Get carried
throwaway.
away with the 4.
He was just some asshole behind the drum kit.
Right. Had to get his shit filled in when he left.
Yeah, exactly. Paul McCartney, the best quote ever from John Lennon was they're like, hey, is Ringo Starr the best drummer in the world? And he's like, best drummer in the world? He wasn't even the best drummer in the Beatles.
Why would he throw him under the bus?
I don't know.
He just had it with Ringo.
Because they're sitting in a room and there's 4 of them and there's 3 musical geniuses and then also Ringo that's just sitting there collecting 25%.
Yeah.
Did Ringo ever question the fact that, everyone waited for him to leave first? Leave the studio first?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, and then he'd come
Paul,
in.
why are you still hanging? Oh, I got a few little things
I'm
to
going
do.
to sweep up the studio for the guys.
As soon as is he gone? All right, let's record. I got this.
Comes back in the next day, and then like Paul McCartney redid his drum tracks.
And then what? He makes believe that he had to know it wasn't his anymore.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But he's in the
mean,
Beatles, so fuck it.
he's
That's a good
smart.
gig.
He fucking signed up for the program, and he's smart. And he stuck with it, and he kept his mouth shut.
Even after the Beatles, like all of them had solo careers except Ringo. No, don't worry, he's bringing his all-star band with him.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be there. It's not just Ringo.
What a great gig, though.
He had a couple hits as a solo artist.
Not really.
Yeah, with his all-star band,
Can you imagine you're an average drummer, and they're like, "We'll put you in the biggest band of all time. Just shut up." Fair enough. Yeah. Shut my fucking mouth.
right.
Don't say anything.
How many songs did Paul McCartney redo, you think?
Well, I know he redid Back in the USSR. He did Ballad of Johnny Yoko. He played the drums on that one.
This finally came out.
It's been out for a while. I have a book where it goes through like every single Beatles song and who did what and like what days they recorded it. It's like a pretty nerdy Beatles book.
All right, back to Pet Sounds and the Beach Boys.
But yeah, I mean, you got to think about all the early hits from the Beach Boys. I mean, those are
I get all that,
amazing
but
songs.
but you got to ignore all that and just look at Pet Sounds as a piece of work.
Yeah, I mean, it's like musically what was going on. They were using a lot of different instruments that were never really used in pop music at that time. He was definitely experimenting with sounds. And again, it was all coming out of his head, which is so crazy.
That's a big deal. That this whole album came out. That all these songs still hold up, and they all sound like. If you listen to them now, like if you listen to "Wouldn't It Be Nice," and if you listen to "God Only Knows," and you listen to even some of the songs that weren't huge hits, like just thinking the fact that they were created out of a brain.
But
Yeah,
there's-
one man.
I don't think about that.
Yeah, that happens with every musician.
Sure.
Yeah,
Coming
but
out of
not
their brain.
Not like this though.
But Lennon and McCartney were like a yin and a yang. You know what I mean? They were bouncing, and they were in competition with each other, and they helped each other out.
Yeah.
And then George Martin was the one that was scoring all the stuff. So all the orchestral stuff that you hear in the Beatles, that's all George Martin.
But Brian Wilson was working off all the voices in his head.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a whole,
talking
he had a whole
about.
army with him.
He probably had a whole army with him.
But when I listen to music, I don't wonder about the time. Like, we're listening to Bob Marley. I don't wonder when, like when I'm listening to some Exodus or fucking Redemption, whatever it is. I don't wonder when it was done or like, or consider, I just like it. Like the Beatles, even though they were the 60s, I just like them.
Yes.
I just enjoy them. I wish I didn't because it's too hacky to like the Beatles, but I love the Beatles. I don't think like, wow, this was an interesting period.
Yeah, but you can think of it in terms of you can hear music now and be like, oh, I can hear some Beach Boys in this. Oh, this is cool that they're and then you turn on the Beach Boys and you're like, there was no Beach Boys before this. Like there was no thing pushing it forward.
I get all that. Same argument as far as the Beatles go as well. But I'm just saying, I wasn't blown away by it. That's all I'm saying. I'm with Jimmy on this, and Jimmy did not like Smile whatsoever.
I didn't hate it, but I was listening to it, and I was watching some of it live, and I got like, wow, he's a talented guy. You can't listen to that and go, this guy stinks. But I just didn't, you
listen to Brian Wilson Smile or the Beach Boys Smile?
I don't even remember what it was. It just said Smile on it.
Okay, because like they put out the Beach Boys Smile, which is like the '60s taste, but then the best one was Brian Wilson.
Oh, hold on, maybe
So
you're right.
different versions of the album now.
Why wouldn't there be?
The Beach Boys tried to because Brian Wilson was taking so long, the Beach Boys kind of took it and just sped it up and said, okay, here it is.
This
Done.
was Brian live.
So it's not cut the way Brian would have liked
the
it.
2004 version of Smile is the way it's supposed to be.
That is the masterpiece. If you want to listen to Smile, you need to listen to the 2004 Brian Wilson Smile. But it's something else too. Like you guys really like. I don't know. I think it's more like it's almost like drug music. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Where when you get high, you can really kind of get lost in the melodies and the. Like all the harmonies, like it's just something that is you have to sort of almost be in tune with.
Which one is this that I have?
That's the Beach Boys one. Yeah, you should get the Brian Wilson one.
Okay, maybe that's better.
It's just done now, and it sounds like it's recorded properly.
Yeah,
but it's not that much different than this.
Yeah, it's way different. I mean, those are the same songs, but they're done by professional musicians in the 2000s.
All right, I'll give it a shot. I don't know.
I would watch the documentary of Smile first and then dive into the album so you can see.
It's funny watching the documentary of Smile after you see the movie too, because you can tell they completely watched the documentary and said, we got to make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
Like there are scenes directly from the doc that are put in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You saw the movie?
Yeah, I saw it over
Love
the
and
weekend.
Mercy?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
It's not in a lot of theaters yet.
No, it's
I
not.
think they're hoping that'll spread.
It wasn't done in
Is it
3D.
IMAX?
No.
I want to see it in the IMAX 3D.
It's just
I want to see
standard.
his father's shot glass flying. Everyone ducks.
Murray.
Yeah, no, it's just standard movie theater screens.
You got a beautiful tune here, guys. Murray rules.
I forget how he.
That scene when he walks in, he's like, "Hey, Brian, good news!
Yeah.
I sold the publishing rights for $750,000." He's like, "What?" It's like, "Well, don't worry about it. It's all going to be gone in 5 years.
In 5
anyway."
years, no one's going to care about the Beach Boys.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it wasn't as much as I wanted, but still, I'm happy with it.
What a fucking asshole!
What a complete asshole.
Brian was just surrounded by assholes in his entire life. Mike Love is such a fucking turd.
He called, Mike Love's like, this isn't Beach Boys. He called God Only Knows a suicide note. He's like, it's a suicide note.
Only turns out to be, as some would say, the greatest song ever made.
It's incredible.
No, it's a very good song though.
It's way up there. It is an amazing song.
There's a lot of songs I liked more.
Did anyone search out the Diane Sawyer interview of the psychologist?
No.
Eugene?
No, I would love to watch that.
Wow. And you see that Paul Giamatti played him perfectly with that horrible hairpiece.
Did he?
He's got a real shitty hairpiece in the Diane Sawyer interview.
I don't like that lady.
That's not that Eugene.
Oh, it's different. Eugene.
That's Edgar's brother.
just in town for a brief spell.
It's it's worth checking out. Maybe we can play a clip of it today.
Yeah.
Maybe get one of the guys down the hall to go through it. It's about 15 minutes. It explains the whole story of how he got involved and how they got rid of him finally.
Watching Mike Love yell at Brian Wilson. Hold on to your ego. What is this, a drug song? It's like, shut the fuck up. Go make Kokomo or something, you
sucks.
asshole. Yeah.
He's just such a fucking turd.
Mike Love.
Maybe he's a turd. But it probably, and I don't even know the guy. I've interviewed him once, but I don't really know him.
You interviewed Mike Love?
I don't know, a couple of them I interviewed. Brian wasn't one of them.
When did you interview the Beach Boys?
Just two of them on the Tonight Show years ago.
Oh, no
I was
kidding.
talking about the Emmys. I have no idea which ones I talked to.
But it wasn't like the Beach Boys if Brian Wilson wasn't there.
No, I wanted to talk to him, but he just kind of walked by.
You saw him? You saw him walk by?
He walked by.
That's pretty cool.
Why would he stop? He had no idea where he was.
They say he's doing well.
No, I'm sure he is. He was just, everyone wants to talk to him.
I think that's also a comparative statement. He's doing well comparatively.
To where he was.
To where he was at.
To being a 300-pound man that lives in bed, like he's doing well. He walks.
Well, he got a nice rest. What was it, 3 years in bed?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, poor guy.
I know.
Nice to be
That's a good song. Sloop John B. That's a great song.
Hold On to Your Ego is a great song. What's
Yeah.
it? Today?
I didn't hate it. I'm just was trying to figure out why they say it's
not
the greatest album
of all
ever
time.
made. That's all.
It's not.
Here Today is a great
I
song.
like Leonard Skinner better than the fucking Beach Boys.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm not saying they're more innovative as far as their sound or that they're better or whatever, but I enjoy them more. I would rather hear fucking Tuesday's Gone than anything the Beach Boys have ever
But
done.
you know what? You
What
listen to
about
like
Give Me Back My Bullets?
Not that one, no. I'd rather hear God Only Knows than
that
Give Me Back My
groove.
Bullets. I didn't love that one. No, I didn't.
Do you like the Eagles better?
Yes, I do. I think the Eagles are a better band. Without a doubt. Absolutely.
Wait, that's
Well,
not.
there's no accounting for taste.
That's not a dumb statement.
Hotel
that they're a better
California
band.
is better than anything, I think.
I
that
mean, the
they've ever
Eagles
done.
are good, but
They're a better band.
No,
That's,
they're
that's
not
so
even-
stupid to say they're not.
you
the
guys
Beach
are-
Boys are not a good band.
You are.
Brian Wilson is a genius, and then he had some players with him.
You guys are completely forgetting all of their early material.
No,
Beach
they're very-
Boys?
they're good.
You could rattle off all those songs. You'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I
But
love that song. Oh yeah, I love that.
The
California
question
Girls.
was, is the Eagles a better band? They're absolutely a better band.
no. 'Cause
even
A
when the
band
Beach
is
Boys-
it means everybody in the band is
But even-
important.
even when the
Brian
Beach Boys-
Wilson was the Beach Boys,
But that was like Pet Sounds. Like even before Pet Sounds, what Troy's talking about when the Beach Boys were doing like Help Me Rhonda and
Little Deuce Coupe
Little
and-
Deuce Coupe, California, like the early Beach Boys stuff. All that stuff's better than anything.
But they're not
the
even
Eagles
playing
ever
their.
did.
Yeah, I agree
They're
with
not
that.
playing their instruments for the most part. Those
On the early
guys.
stuff
They
were.
are. Yeah, they were.
early
Yeah.
stuff, but then they moved away from that.
But all the early stuff is better than anything the Eagles
Oh,
ever
guys,
did.
I feel like I'm in high school again, arguing at the lockers. Remember, you'd argue bands at the lockers. Who's your favorite band?
You'd be writing them on your notebook.
You could argue. You could argue which band had better music, but to say that the Beach Boys were a better band
Are you
is
saying
stupid.
like musically how they
that
played their
wouldn't-
instruments?
Sure.
I mean, I guess, but I mean,
Overall.
at the end of the day, like you don't really know that. It's more of like what the end product is. What's the
Well, that's the same
final-
way I feel about what went into making it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what they were doing mentally at the time. I don't know what the time was like. I just know what it's
What you hear.
what the end. Yeah.
People
I
think you
prefer
hate
the
Brian
Eagles.
Wilson, Jimmy.
Not at all.
Does
I
Jim hate
respect-
Brian Wilson because he's mentally ill?
Oh, God, it's probably another mentally ill person who's upset that I bashed the mentally ill. Sorry, I talked about your issues. Sorry. Didn't mean to touch on your issues.
Wow, you sound like Richard Nixon there.
Exactly. That's why I'm auditioning for the
You're
part.
Richard.
No, I respect Brian Wilson a lot. I think he was great.
He's a genius.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the guy. I think he was an extremely talented guy and a great voice and a great fucking writer.
Genius.
Who was irreplaceable in the Beach Boys besides Brian Wilson?
No
That's
one.
the question.
Yeah.
The rest of them you could have replaced.
Yeah.
That
But
doesn't make for a great band.
I mean, technically, at the end of the day, Lennon and McCartney were the best. So
George Harrison was a contributor.
at the end of
George
at the
Harrison
end of
was
the Beatles,
amazing.
he had some good songs.
A little underrated, if you ask me, this George Harrison, because he had to hang around with Lennon and McCartney.
But they probably wouldn't have been less successful, you're saying, without George Harrison.
Right. And honestly, like the best George stuff was like 68, 69. So it's like Lennon and McCartney were doing amazing songs from the beginning.
Yeah, Harrison was shit once he left. What's that big song? Oh, I
While
hated
my
it.
guitar gently
No, that's amazing.
weeps.
That was during the
That
Beatles.
was, that was amazing.
But he did
I hated his fucking solo stuff.
Oh,
He did-
My Sweet Lord, which was,
My Sweet
which
Lord,
was actually
sure.
a rip off of another song. So
yuck to that one.
You
And then he
leave
had,
the Beatles and you rip off other songs.
yeah, and then he had
Wait,
that
what
one-
song did that rip off? I know. I used to know
Oh,
this.
what's the? It's like
My
shit.
Lord rip off.
She's So Fine.
Right. We did this.
That's what it was.
Yeah, we played them back to back, and you're correct. on
And a
that.
belly to belly.
And then he had that hit in the he had that hit in the 80s. I Got My Mind Set on You. I don't even think he wrote that one.
That one's okay, but it's pop shit.
Well, that was just pop shit, is right.
Is that what they? Is that what? Whenever there's hand claps in a song,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a
Wasn't that
fucking
in Look
good
Who's
one.
Talking?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my
That's
god.
where I know it from.
All right, you guys are going to get a nice face right here.
Cool.
Sam and Troy, it's going to be a double face.
But I was
Oh,
gonna
boy.
get faced. Musically, I'm usually the one they hate.
Sam and Troy are going to get a double face here. Scott in Virginia, go ahead.
Hey, Sam, Troy. Y'all probably think the Monkees and the Partridge Family is better than the Eagles.
Face.
Well, the Monkees really didn't write anything. They were like a TV show.
face.
No,
Yeah.
they
I mean,
Just take your face.
Yeah, I don't feel that. I don't feel that way. So that's a
Face.
I don't know what. I don't even. I'm not sure I know what face means in this context.
Well, you didn't give the Eagles their proper respect, so
They're not
this
better
guy
than
is
the Beach
this guy is
Boys.
basically saying that you probably like the Partridge Family, the Monkees too.
I enjoy.
I do
them
like
more
the
than Beach
Monkees.
Boys.
I think the
Monkees had a bunch of great songs, but they didn't write any of that shit. They were a TV band.
The one thing that they did was really good was they did a movie called Head, which was like so far out,
trippy and all that crap.
And it was produced by Jack Nicholson. So it was like this crazy '68 drug movie.
Oh, yeah. The meetings must have been crazy. We're going to do a movie called Head.
Sounds like Jack Nicholson.
Yes, it does. Hey, monkey.
Yeah.
It's pretty good,
Say
right?
quiet on the set. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone be quiet on the set before I get my axe.
Before I get my because he was in the film The Shining.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
So, anything else about the Love and Mercy?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we covered it a lot on the show, but it was really
liked
good.
it.
Yeah.
As a Beach Boys fan, you really liked it because you're more of a Beach Boys fan than certainly myself.
Yeah. No, I
And
think
others in this room. Well, Troy's a big. You haven't seen the movie yet.
What, Love and Mercy?
Oh no, we went together.
was there?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Sorry.
I'd go see it again.
Yeah, John Cusack and Paul Dano were both really amazing.
Dano was amazing as the young Brian Wilson.
John Cusack really did old Brian Wilson well. He did it better than I thought he would.
Older. That was middle-aged Brian.
Right, yeah, that was like 80s, 90s, yeah.
Yeah, but I like I said, the only thing, he took me out of the movie at first, and it took a little time for me to go, okay, that's not John Cusack anymore. That's Brian Wilson I'm seeing up there on the screen.
I like the way he
had
walked.
the voice down perfectly.
And he walked with his arms straight down and his palms facing back.
Yeah.
It's just the way only a crazy person
That's
would
the
walk.
way a psychopath works.
Yeah.
And he's imitating Brian Wilson perfectly with that.
Absolutely.
He watched him walk around.
That's where you got to watch the documentary because Brian Wilson talks a lot and you can watch his mouth move and you can see that John Cusack was completely moving his mouth exactly the way Brian Wilson does.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, as you're watching the documentary, you completely hear Rob Bartlett's impression the entire time. Like just
really?
like sort of quick talking, non-emotional, like just putting something out there. Like it makes sense in his head, but not to anyone else.
I didn't even think about the Rob Bartlett angle until you just said that.
That's the first thing I think of when I think of Brian Wilson is Rob Bartlett's amazing,
It's
funny.
an amazing impression.
Really good.
Is Rob Bartlett going to be okay with the Imus move?
I hope so.
Imus is off TV now officially.
Oh, yeah. They'll just go back to the radio
But
show.
I think Imus is moving to Texas or something.
Yeah, he is.
So what, the rest of the guys will stay in New York?
I hope so. ISDN.
I had a chat with Warner Wolf when I saw him.
At the gym?
Yeah, and he said, yeah, they're going to, we'll still doing the radio show. Just, it's the same as they did before.
Okay, so everyone's still got their gigs.
Yeah, because they can't get a TV. I guess that for them to put a TV studio, apparently Imus's kid is like a big, what do you call it when you wrangle?
Yeah, the rodeo?
Rodeo, yeah, but
the roping guy, the fucking...
cattle wrangler.
Lasso man.
Lasso man.
Yeah,
Lasso man.
He's a big lasso man.
And Imus wants, I guess he wants to just move down there anyway and retire. Not retire, but from TV. He doesn't need it.
He's pretty much retiring if he's moving to Texas.
He likes that shit. Cowboys and fucking ranches. Yeah, it's his
Him
thing.
and his cowboy hat. Isn't he from Cleveland originally?
I don't get it. I don't
He
get
is,
the
right?
attraction to that.
E-Rock knows.
But
He's from Cleveland.
Bon Jovi thought he was a cowboy, and he's from New Jersey, so same shit.
He really does.
yeah, someone told me a steel horse is a motorcycle. Comment?
That's correct.
We all figured that one out.
That's a correct
I just
statement.
overheard that on the train.
Anyone excited about the Triple Crown winner, American Pharaoh? Did you watch at least?
Could care less about one horse running against other horse. No, not at all. The only thing I care about in horses is when one of them fucking winds up in Jack Waltz's bed.
Or
or
on top of a gentleman.
Yeah, or no, a lady. I'd rather see it on a lady. I don't want to see it.
Well,
Mr. Hands.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, the famous story is what I was referencing.
Thank you. No,
where he was
because
fucked to death by a horse.
the horse doesn't care, and it's almost like the horse outran the other horses. It's not,
Pretty impressive though. First Triple Crown in
37 years.
37 years.
I watched it. I felt like a gentleman at the races.
Did you
Yeah.
watch?
Yes, I watched from a Buffalo Wild Wings in Rahway, New Jersey.
Oh,
so
my
it was
God.
really like
Why were you there?
Were people cheering, going nuts?
our table cheered, and that was it.
That was it.
Rahway didn't care much for the horse races.
No?
No.
Who was at your table?
It was myself, my wife, my friend Katie, and my friend Joe.
Okay. You enjoyed?
Yeah.
Who's Joe?
Yeah, who's Joe? And why are you smiling like
Who's
that?
Joe?
He's a friend of mine.
I don't know him.
But why the big smile?
You guys know him. He works for WWE. He's come in here before.
Oh,
Oh, Joe Villa.
Yes.
Or Villa. How do you say his last name?
Villa.
Villa? Joe
Yes.
Villa. Yeah, tell Joe we said hi. He's
Why'd
a good,
you guys
he's
go
a good
there?
man.
We were going to a wrestling show.
Yeah.
in Rahway. So we stopped at
Oh,
Buffalo Wild Wings.
okay.
And the horsey race was on
What night was that?
Saturday.
Okay, cool.
Here, play that real fast. This is how the last.
And now he's a length behind in second.
I thought you had the last 10 seconds.
Oh, get into it.
Oh, it doesn't
What are you
matter.
showing the whole thing, E-Rock? I didn't know you were back there. Welcome aboard. Welcome back from your week of leisure.
Wait, now he
Missed
won.
you.
He won over there. You can tell he won already.
Yeah, E-Rock's got the last.
Oh, right
the
there.
winning
Here we
circle.
go.
The horse is running. So are the ones behind it.
He won already.
Yeah, you're showing the end, E-Rock.
Victory lap.
You're showing the.
Furlong. Frosted is second with 1/8 of a mile to go. American Pharaoh's got a 2-length lead.
Wait.
Frosted is all out at the 16th pole. And here it is. The 37-year wait is over. American Pharaoh is finally the one.
Fucking photo finish.
What was it? He had a huge lead. Wasn't even close.
Fucking photo finish.
That's not what that refers to.
I guess they said if you went to the Belmont, you had a 2-hour wait to leave the fucking place. And they were bragging that was an improvement over last year, which was a 3-hour wait.
Let me tell you something.
What a fucking boring day that's got to be. You hang around all day long for how long is the race?
Well,
Like
there's
2 minutes?
a bunch of
If
races
that,
they
yeah.
watch.
I know, but in the end, you don't give a fuck about any other race, really. You're drinking beers. I guess if you're one of those partiers, it's a good time. And then you have to wait around for 2 to 3 hours to get home.
Can you take the subway from there, or no? You gotta drive.
They I don't know.
Metro North.
All right.
They boosted up their trains.
We
for this
skipped right
event.
out of B-Dubs and Rahway. No wait.
B-dubs.
B-Dubs and Rahway had no wait getting out of the parking lot.
People
No
were dressed
problem.
up like they do at the Kentucky Derby. Yeah, I know, but the hats are a little sadder.
Yeah.
It's a little more.
They're flatter.
It's a little more like blue collarish.
I went to the
Compared to
Kentucky Derby once.
You did for Jay Leno.
And it was
I remember that.
It was exciting to see everyone. I don't give a shit about horse racing, but when you watch the people who really care about it, and you know, the main race you care about, but I think that people really gave a shit about all of the races, like because you're gambling.
Yeah.
Right.
Whenever it's gambling, it's not just the biggest race.
I guess. Maybe it would be cool.
Yeah, if there's money on the line, it's all about the fucking about making money or losing money.
And how tired those horses' legs are.
But what if you.
Yeah, I do a couple flights of steps. I had the weight vest on, if you want the truth, and I was running up and down the steps, and I was a tuckered out boy.
You're going to give yourself a heart attack.
Well, no, my trainer's going to give me a heart attack. I had a 25-pound weight vest on, up and down 3 flights of those steps at our gym.
But you're in great shape already.
I'm working on it. I'm
Well,
getting there.
good.
Good.
You should be in the maintenance
Good,
stage.
No.
Let's do a little maintenance stage
more work
now.
to do. But I'm just saying, I related to that American Pharaoh.
You did.
Yes, I did.
Who won the Triple Crown?
Yeah.
That's like you wearing a weight vest and going up a couple flights of stairs.
3 flights of steps. Up and
What do
down.
you mean a
Big flights
couple?
of steps.
3 flights.
Three, a few.
It comes to like 6 regular flights.
Oh,
Up,
wow.
Those top.
Did you look like an asshole with the 25-pound vest on?
No, I look like I was fucking. Everyone made jokes about like you're a terrorist. I look like I was getting onto a bus in Tel Aviv. I'll show you a photo.
Your trainer is nuts.
Yeah,
She is
Here's
nuts.
me in my fucking. Can you show that, sweetie?
Yes. Oh, my God.
That's my weight vest. It's like wearing a vest with a bunch of like little things for pocket protectors on them and all that stuff. Sam, go ahead, take a gander at Daddy Boy wearing his vest.
Oh, that looks terrific. Yeah,
You look like
that's
a
really
real
very
man.
cool.
Did you tweet that photo?
I don't think so. No, I don't think anybody wanted to see it.
You look like a parachuter.
You should tweet that photo because you look like a real man. Like
I
you're
wish you
fighting
had jumped out of
terrorism.
a helicopter with that vest on.
But no, it would have made my parachute not open. In a helicopter. Why would you jump out of a helicopter like that?
Because
weight
you would be in
vest.
the sky.
I don't think people jump out of helicopters in general. Well,
No.
I guess if you're an army man, you do, right?
Or if your name is
Yeah.
Omar, they throw you out of one.
Yeah, no kidding.
But no, I don't see why I would do that. I would get hurt.
It'd be terrific.
Would you like to see me jump out of that and then fall through like a glass ceiling?
All right, so American Pharaoh wins the Triple Crown. That happened over the weekend.
Yeah, really. It was impressive watching that fucking horse run as fast as it did.
Well, they said that secretariat would have kicked his ass.
I don't
Or
know.
her ass. Is it a her or he? I don't know. Are they he's? Are they he's?
I think it's a he.
They're
I don't know.
he's,
I
right?
have no clue.
And American Pharaoh, what?
It was in the lead like the entire race.
And I learned that like a bit of its tail was bitten off by another horse,
That son of a bitch.
which means American Pharaoh has no fucking idea what's going on.
Because he's got no tail?
Yeah, if it's hanging around where horses could just bite your tail off. What do you think the horse is thinking as it's running for the Triple Crown?
I gotta run so this guy stops hitting me. I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
This little person keeps hitting my back.
There's no concept of anything in there.
No, he keeps getting kicked, and so he's just running. He feels like if he runs faster, he'll stop getting kicked.
True. And then I heard, I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Cavaliers tied up the series.
Yeah.
We got the NBA Finals going on. I saw the first game. I didn't see the second one. I was traveling.
Me too, up and downtown.
I wanted to squeeze in an extra chapter in of Girl on Train before making my way back to the city.
Well, I've heard it's quite the psychological thriller.
It really is.
Yes.
Thank you, Sam.
Can't you take a train out to where you go, or no? There's no trains at Gloucester. But I'm saying
you're obsessed with
no.
trains.
But I mean,
You have
to
a
beat
car.
the
Yeah,
traffic.
I have a car, though.
But the traffic you hit is astronomical going out there.
Well, that's why I leave when I leave. I left real late yesterday.
You're looking at traffic in a whole different way since you became Jimmy Choo Choos.
Yeah.
You're like, there's no need to deal with this anymore.
Good old Jimmy Choo Choos.
Absolutely.
I could jump on a train, jump on the 1, jump on the 3.
And it seems no one has yet stumbled on this. Somebody will sooner or later. I don't want to say it on the air what it is.
Yeah.
But I had some photos of me, and I just decided to, hold on, I'll show you.
Okay.
I know this is not good.
Okay.
Yeah. There's my profile.
What? I can't see that far.
It's a terrible photo.
Do you think that's a bad photo for? You think these are bad?
Yes. What is that for?
You don't think these are good photos for my?
What is it for?
I don't know. I just want to meet somebody. I'm lonely.
just
why
a
would you put
fellow
those-
commuter, huh?
Why would you put those photos on?
Oh, why not? It just felt good.
You take a very nice photo.
Thank you, Opie.
You really do.
I do in some cases. That teenage daughter of that. Do you ever see that documentary? It was really good, called "The Queen of Versailles," about the billionaire and his wife who were trying to build the biggest single-family home in America.
One of those mega mansions.
I forget why I watched it, but they were kind of an enjoyable family. And then the teenage daughter just died. They found her dead of something. She was 18. Really nice. I kind of like them too.
Drug overdose or
I
something?
don't know. Could have been. Who knows?
What was it? It was a reality show or something?
No, it was just a documentary.
I did not see that one.
Yeah.
So
The wife is sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make love to her.
That's
You
it.
would?
Yeah. Not now. She's grieving, but
give her a little time to
Once
get past
she's
the
gotten
grieving
over all this
process.
nonsense.
but beforehand I will.
Oh, yeah. What else from the weekend? We covered it, I guess.
Oh, I did Legion of Skanks Thursday night too, which was quite enjoyable.
They were good.
They were really good. Yeah, those guys have a nice vibe to them, and it was just fucking. There's a little cramped room of people, and they were fun. I mean, had a lot of laughs.
A few lofts.
2 hours, yeah, and they have like a little live audience.
They smoke a lot of pot.
No, they didn't. Well, I mean, that would have been hard to do because I don't
I saw a
smoke.
picture and someone was suggesting that you might have had a contact buzz from all the pot in the air.
No, what happened was because of my wake up schedule, they said we'll do it early for you, so they did it like 8:30. It was going to be on a Tuesday, but then we wound up doing it on the Thursday, but they just kept it at 8:30, so they don't smoke pot there, whatever, till after 10 or 10:30.
That's why.
That's
Yeah,
the
'cause
rule?
I don't know, but I mean, for whatever reason, I didn't have to deal with it.
When I did it, they didn't do it early, and so the room was full of pot smoke.
and
the
that would be.
entire time.
I don't trust it because that's a little much. But
Well, people say you can't get a contact buzz.
Maybe
Yeah,
not, but
you
I don't-
can't.
I don't
But
know.
if you're an addict, then just
So
being
what happens-
around it,
I just don't want to
it's
smell it like
obvious
that
what
intense.
it is.
Yeah.
I think you get a contact buzz.
I don't know if you can or
really,
not.
I
No.
really believe you can.
No, I've been around too much of it to.
Fuck
and
yeah.
Never gotten.
Getting zooted
No, I just said never. I'm not getting suited.
like that. But anyway, it was a fun. It was very fun, just kind of free flowing and loose, and there's a little video element which works.
Yeah.
It's good.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that was my Thursday night. Then I hopped on the old 7.
Is that how you got there and got
Hopped
home?
on the old 7 right back. Oh, the fucking. You know how it is on the weekends. I'm taking the fucking. I'm gonna drop the deuce down to 14, take the one down to Christopher, do a little shop. Fucking all of a sudden, from 14 down to Chambers, they're like, we're only running express. You got to get off Chambers and pop
right.
the local north.
That happens. Why are you into trains all of a sudden? You used to yell and scream about it. You'll never take a subway. For years, you weren't into the subway
I
system.
debated it this morning on the way to work, but it takes longer to get to work here on the subway than a cab. It's just to walk to the subway.
I like that you're learning subway maps and buying soaps to try to keep you away from prostitution.
Yep.
I think it's healthy.
He's working hard. And then he's putting on these 25-pound workout vests.
Yeah.
And running up and down stairs.
up and down the steps. My calves are. I bought those fucking things. You know those things you use a roller? They're a foam roller.
Yes,
they're called.
those hurt.
They hurt a lot. I was in my house yesterday.
You bought one.
I did a small one, but that's got like weird edges on, like a fucking ribbed condom.
It's like a tire almost.
It fucking hurt. My calves are very sore. And I bought one of the ones you roll over your leg, too.
I get it.
Really painful.
I refuse to do that because it hurts too much. It's supposed to be great for you.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to just roll out your whole body over these foam rollers.
Yeah, I was doing it while I was in the house reading. And
so why is she having you put on 25-pound workout vest?
I'm very limited in what I can do because of my arm.
Oh, I
it's
see.
like legs and abs. That's it.
Because you don't really have to lose any more weight.
No, I weighed in at 140.6.
Oh, my God. What was your heaviest?
From what I'm remembering, it was at one point briefly like 181, but I was in the 170s a lot. And I look back even at stuff I shot for The Tonight Show because I have so much video footage from there, and I'm like, what a fat fuck I was. Like I remember that photo.
But you were thinner.
But by then I was a little thinner, but I was like, God,
what
damn.
are you talking? Maybe 15 pounds heavier than you are now?
Oh, way more than that.
No, I doubt it.
When I did Please Be Offended, which was 2012 in Cleveland.
Right.
And I met, I remember that because when I promoted on Leno, I was with Mila Kunis. I was heavier, but I didn't realize how fucking fat I was until I saw a photo recently of me and her on the couch. I'm like, oh, you fucking oinker. I had to be 165 there, 162.
So you're trying to dip down past 140 now?
Not necessarily trying. It's just kind of where it's going with this dumb diet.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it probably longer than I was supposed to. I miss sushi and shit. You start to miss stuff.
Sushi.
But it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Like, I don't miss stuff as much as I thought. I saw a friend for dinner last night, and it was like, yeah, you just can't eat certain shit.
Where'd you go to dinner?
Around a place called the Atlantic Grill.
I love the Atlantic.
It was very lovely. I had some nice
The Atlantic
fish.
Grill.
Yeah.
Can you still go to Popeyes?
You know, I didn't see a lot on that menu I could have. But I want to. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a cheat day, Sam.
Call me when you do.
Oh, I'm going to go out and have some really bad food.
Oh, you're so naughty sometimes.
Who was that girl on your show? She was awesome, man. Sam had a guest we did, and he was going to have me do Chip, but I forgot that, Sam doesn't understand how well known I am. Because, he, you know what I mean? Familiarity breeds contempt. He knows me from here, and I'm his little buddy, Jim. But he doesn't understand on the streets.
Jimmy's very famous, though.
Right, I forget sometimes.
Jimmy gets recognized wherever he goes now.
Yeah,
Right.
Sign this, post for this, sign that, post for that.
Right.
And that's just me talking to celebrities.
You suck.
I certainly do. But I'm like, I don't know. I hope she doesn't realize. Because sometimes people recognize me and just don't even know my name. It's like, oh, yeah, I saw you once on Amy or Louie. They don't even know where it's from. It's not like they're big fans, but but this woman, when I walked into what was the green room at Lincoln Center, not Lincoln Center, I'm sorry, the XM Jazz. It was this girl and her friend, who was a British model, who was rather lovely, a black girl from England.
Did you try to,
No.
get something going?
No,
Why
she
not?
was cute. Nah, she was friendly. There was friendly vibes, like she was cute and nice, but there was no sexual vibes. No.
You weren't writing notes and handing them to her on your way out?
No, we exchanged information to text her a photo, but I know when it's a friendly energy and when it's a sexual energy, and there was zero sexual energy. But the friend is a boyfriend, of course, is a fucking MMA trainer and a fan. So, immediately, my boyfriend loves you, trains UFC fighters. Cool, we won't be having sex, will we? That goes right out the window. The idea of thinking that goes right.
You're on your way, though, if you're wearing the 25-pound workout vest. You're on your way, Jimmy.
Sure I am. You're beaten up by a better class of men.
You're getting there.
Her name's Jackie Moran. She's on VH1 on their morning show sometimes. But yeah, it's like she's this hot chick who then you start talking to her and she's like, yeah, I've been dating this guy for 12 years.
Yeah, and then she popped her big foot up on my lap because we were joking about feet. And she popped those giant
Those
9.5s on my feet. Yeah, they were rather nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for that second long toe.
She does. She has her second toe is far longer than any of the other toes, including the big one.
You ever have a girl send you a picture of her foot?
No.
Oh, I literally, I'm going off the deep end.
You like that?
You're not, though. You're riding trains and stuff, so you don't.
I got a picture of her.
So now you want girls to send you pictures of their feet?
Some girls.
Only some girls?
Yeah, if they got good enough sized feet.
You want them to send pictures now?
No.
Maybe to your Twitter, Jim Norton?
I'll show you a picture of a foot I got.
Ladies, send your pictures of your feet to Jim Norton on Twitter, please.
Huh? They're nice.
I mean, I guess they're nice. Feet don't really.
Yeah.
I don't mind feet, but
They're nice feet.
They're absolutely nice feet, but then what? Like, I never understood that one.
right.
Then what? I recognize when it's horrendous.
You understand that one, don't you?
That I understand.
Yeah, I understand the butt.
Yeah, that was my ass.
I'd give some feeties. I'd give some feeties kisses or whatever, suck a toe, but not like doesn't really.
But you wouldn't kneel and lick feet while you're wearing thigh highs and jerking off? Fair enough.
What?
I thought you were riding the train and getting soap. What happened?
I'm just talking to you about something.
Did you go off the rails somewhere this weekend?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. You're just saying.
Did you put on thigh high?
I would never say I did that.
Oh my God.
I did not. Of course not.
Now we understand why he's on the subways.
Absolutely.
Worshipping feet with thigh highs on, masturbating yourself.
Yeah. I didn't say it was a picture of emotional health.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrific.
I'll be very honest. The whole cross-dressing thing just doesn't do anything for me.
You know that for a fact, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a trial and error.
Well,
yeah, you
Conclusion
yeah,
that you got
sometimes,
to.
Yeah, absolutely. You try
Nothing wrong
different
with
batting
trying
stance.
stuff,
You try
Sam.
different batting stance, and you realize it's not working for you. So you're back
Different
to the old
grips.
stance. Yeah.
different grips, different equipment. Sometimes you got to try different equipment.
Guess I'm not a lefty after all.
Yeah, anything can be sexy if under the right. Most things. I shouldn't say anything.
Feet. Never.
Nah, but
never got it.
But dude, I never remember when Ant would talk about liking a girl to be naked, and he liked a girl to have certain feet, and I would listen to him and go, "Who gives a fuck?"
Right.
I don't care if she has fucking things like Oscar Pistorius. It does nothing for me. And then I just all of a sudden one day it clicked, and it started when I was dirty talking this girl years ago. I forgot about this. She would send me. We would talk about her feet being really stinky, and I don't remember why that would turn me on. This is going back like 8-10 years ago. And we would just talk about it, but then it never went anywhere. I didn't care about the size of them. I just liked her talking about it. It's weird.
Well, there's a
But
lot
anyway, I just none of that stuff is really.
A lot of guys out there into the feet, so you're not alone on that one, certainly.
I've become fascinated with it. What it means to different people. I know I talk a lot about it, but hey, look, it's just
They always stink, though.
no, they don't. Not at all.
Feet always stink.
No, I'm telling you, I've been with some that were disappointingly clean. They
Oh,
didn't
you
stink at
want
all.
a little stink?
Yeah, I like it as long as it's. I don't like dirty feet.
Yeah.
Because there's guys that want your feet to be filthy, like dirt on them, and walking around outside barefoot all day. They worship. There's guys out there that worship dirty shoes, like things that make your stomach turn. They'll lick the gum on the bottom of a woman's shoe.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it's revolting,
Oh, my.
stomach turning stuff. But the nice clean foot that's been in a sneaker with a sock where it's protected.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't mind that?
No.
All right. Is our food here? We should take a break.
I know all this foot talk
We did
makes
a
me
lot
hungry.
already. We got Dr. Ruth coming in today.
Yeah. He likes to put on the little underpants.
That sounds like Dr. Ruth was already here.
Why don't we
Yeah.
ask her about a few things that Jimmy's into?
The feet are good because you can lick them.
She turned 87 last week, and she's still talking about sex.
Yeah. Why do you think I like to lick feet, Dr. Ruth? Well, Jack, I think you like to lick the feet because you're dirty boy.
You could do the show by yourself with all your voices.
I bet you like to guard that wall, don't you? Don't even question why I lick the feet, Dr. Ruth. Here's Dr. Ruth. Oh, that was a very good intro.
That's what he would say, too.
Yeah, yes, he would.
That's where Jack Nicholson would go.
Here's Dr. Ruth.
Like that.
Well, Dr. Ruth will be in promoting her new book, The Doctor is In. You would think she would have written that book by now. The Doctor is In.
Yes, Doctor is in.
Ooh, our food's here. Where's the honey?
I'm right here.
Honey, and where's the walnuts? I'm obsessed with the plain, non-fat Greek yogurt, blueberries, walnuts, and honey.
You know what you could put in your yogurt? There, you could throw in some D's.
Some dicks?
No, D's.
These what?
Yeah, these.
D's nuts!
God damn it.
Got him.
You got me.
Got him.
People get paid thousands for foot photos. According
Thousands?
Let me go to Scott in Minnesota. Are you kidding me? We got to see what this is about.
Too bad Nichols is on the show. Great Scott, you're on the line.
Good morning, boys. From Shakopee, Minnesota. I got a great story. My wife is a professor here, and she had this really hot graduate student. And I don't know what happened, but she basically had these really good-looking feet, and this guy said that he would pay her $500 to $1,000 a week and buy her any shoes she wanted as long as she took a picture of her feet. And it was the creepiest freaking thing in the world.
That might be more fetish shit where he's not actually going to buy her the stuff. I've paid for photos, but never like that kind of money. Jesus, that's crazy.
It was every week. She actually literally didn't have to work. All her fellow students, had to have second jobs and stuff, and she didn't have to do nothing because she was just basically whoring her feet out.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something about this girl. It wouldn't surprise me if she was doing a lot more than she let on. Like, she might have been letting people worship her feet, or she might have been doing other kinds of sessions and just saying, oh, no, they're for foot photos. She might have been saying that just to give herself a cover story, sir.
Oh, I'm certain of that, and, I'm certain of that. And the profession my wife is in, they're all they're all just psychology stuff, so they were just drilling her and just trying to find out what the hell was wrong with this gal.
Maybe you can take those feet and run away in the hotel while I chase you with my axe.
Yeah, and
Jack Nicholson did a lot of movies.
She was really hot. And, she's still out there, you can date her if you want. I can get her your number.
How old is she?
Dude, this guy doesn't appreciate a good Jack Nicholson impression.
You email
Scott,
me.
Jesus, you're talking right over the Jack Nicholson
Hold on a minute,
impression.
Scott. Email the real Jim Norton at gmail.com for those feet, and then just go, here's Johnny.
Again, it's the same movie that Jack keeps bringing up.
Yes, he does.
Just the one.
I'm the devil.
Okay.
All right, Scott.
Thanks.
Guys, long-time listener since WJFK. You guys rock.
Thank you, buddy.
Listen to you every morning on the way in.
All right. JFK. Wow, that brings back memories.
Here's Kenny.
Okay.
Speaking of feet, I tried to take a nail off my little toe over the weekend.
Like pull the whole nail off?
Yeah, it grows on the side. It grows on the side of my little toe.
That's some Hills Have Eyes shit.
So I once a
You
month,
have incest feet.
once a month, I have to dig away, and I dig it out on my own with just my fingernails, and then it almost looks like a regular toe. The rest of it.
So you just dig your toenails out and read women's books?
Girl on a Train. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't call it a woman's book. I'm sure there's a few guys out there that are reading it as well. It's a good summer read.
Enjoying it quite a bit.
I think it's making all the summer read lists. Say there, the girl on the
It's
train.
making the Robert Reed list.
Give me another review, Iraq. You read it, or Adrian.
That's Adrian.
Yeah.
They switched places. Give me a good review on Girl on a Train.
The Girl on the Train marries a movie noir with novelistic trickery. Hang on tight. You'll be surprised by what horrors lurk around the bend.
Ooh.
USA Today.
Ooh, read this review from someone at the Overlook Hotel. The girl on the train did a lot better than the black guy on the snowcat. Chase you through the hedge maze.
Isn't Jack proud of anything he's done since the 70s?
Sure he is.
You just keep bringing up The Shining is the only thing.
It's a very good impression of Jack.
Yeah, don't ruin it, man.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
There's a bunch of girls that are judging me how I watch that wall. You just say thank you. Few good men.
Oh. Could you read the one from Cosmopolitan? It's a wonderful review. 2 more down.
There's nothing like a possible murder to take the humdrum out of your daily commute.
That's right. Even if it's a cold red murder and you're darn tootin', I called it. Pretty good, right?
No, it's really, really good.
It's right on. It's perfect.
Ow! Jack! What are you doing, Jack? Yeah, what's up there, Chris Walken?
Oh.
Because you know him, you could call him Chris.
Well, I just like that you brought it home and said his first and last name so everybody could, familiarize themselves with the impression.
They would know anyway.
Just bringing everybody in.
They would
I was
know.
watching Catch Me If You Can again last night. God, it's a fucking great movie.
I love
man.
that movie.
That's so good.
With Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Walken.
And Watkins.
Plays the father was so good.
Yeah,
man.
it's really good.
And it's a pretty true story. I mean, I'm sure there's a little,
They probably exaggerated a little bit.
But Frank Abagnale is still alive.
Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite ever.
He used to be. I think he was so great so many times, but then he just, as he got older, I liked him less. Like with Gilbert Grape, he was amazing. Basketball Diaries.
He was amazing.
Very good and tight. He's a really good actor, but you can't put him up against really guys like fucking Gary Oldman or Hoffman or, you know.
You didn't like him in Django?
Django. I loved him in Django. You're right. He was great in that.
But you're right.
Didn't he have to apologize?
No, but he went on the like holy mother of mercy! I can't believe I did that. Shut up!
Right.
You read the script
and you did
accepted it. You said nigger a bunch of times. Don't pretend you didn't fucking enjoy playing the bad guy.
Right.
Playing the bad guy is attractive because you get to explore a part of you that you never get to. So just shut your fucking face about it. People don't apologize at the plane. No one in Schindler's List apologized. Fucking how do you say his name? Ralph Fiennes or Fine whatever. He didn't come out and go, I'm sorry, I was shooting people off a balcony with my fucking suspenders hanging off.
I do have to correct you.
Yes.
It's Rafe.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Rafe Fiennes. I always fuck his name up.
My ex was obsessed with the guy.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Obsessed.
I don't blame her. He's a fucking dish.
Rafe.
She probably only liked him in that role with his gut. Oh, Oscar, you bring me little treats. Effeminate ways, touching his little chocolates. Hold on, I'm going to shoot someone.
She would yell at me. Because it's spelled Ralph. I go, what's up with this Ralph guy? It's Rafe. It's
like people
it's spelled
say
Ralph.
Guy Fieri.
How is it?
It's Fieri.
Yeah, it's Guy Fieri.
We don't know.
Fieri.
He doesn't
Relax.
say Fieri.
Exactly.
He tries
There's
to.
no
and
T
it's
in
not.
there.
No, there isn't.
All right, let's go eat. We got Colin Quinn coming in
No, we don't.
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Why does he come in tomorrow? What are you doing, Colin? You know you're listening right now, drinking a Diet Coke on your fucking your desk with no furniture in your house.
He should be in today.
No, tomorrow, Tuesday day, I was okay.
Or today would be good.
Yeah, he probably has some TV hooked up.
He's got a lot of TV tomorrow, I would imagine.
I'm sure that dumb dildo is doing signings, and we are doing the Barnes & Noble event tomorrow night. I believe it's 7 p.m., where I will be chatting with Colin. Kenny is racing to... What have I done wrong, Kenny? It's written down. Okay. Thank you. 7 p.m. It's in Union Square, which is on 17th. It's in Union Square, so just take a train there. I'll probably zip on the old subway down. Bing, boom, there you are. Nice. And it's an interview and a book signing. And I'm interviewing. We'll be joking around, maybe talking about Tough Crowd. A lot of interesting stuff I didn't know about in his book. He really talks about his dumb life and is very, very fucking funny. And interesting.
I'm looking forward to putting The Girl on a Train down for the next couple of days and reading the Colin Quinn book, the coloring book.
The Girl on the Train, and you're going to be reading about the sissy from Brooklyn.
So we got that Wednesday. Today we got Dr. Ruth a little later, and right around the corner, very happy to say Dave Attell is stopping in.
Oh, baby, he can talk about his penis. You take the clitoris and you rub it.
All right, we're...
It's going to be a lot of impersonations today, taking your requests.
We see that.
This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
Happy birthday, Kanye West, Jim Norton. 38 years old.
Oh, terrific. Good for him.
Barbara Bush, 90 today. Wow.
That's much more impressive. Not enough of her dumb sons, though.
Jeb.
Fucking stop it already. A Bush Clinton can. When in history did just the families decide to fucking get involved? I know he's a governor. I don't care. I'm sick of the Bushes and I'm tired of the fucking Clintons. Just want new families in there.
But Jeb is trying to say he's a little different than his brother.
I don't care if he's different or not. I don't care if he's a flaming liberal. I just don't want another Bush. I don't want the name. I don't want another Clinton. Enough.
Who do you want?
Any other name.
Who? Governor Christie.
Fucking Himmler. Any other fucking name.
You think Christie runs?
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden. Okay, that would be good.
Do I think Christie runs? I don't know. I don't think so. No.
You don't think so?
No.
He wanted to, but that bridge gate is still right there, probably, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if he will, to be honest.
Which means he did it.
Maybe.
He did it. He did the bridge gate thing.
I don't know if I really care, to be honest.
I don't care in the end either. I really don't. Do they really make that much of a difference in the end? One guy, one party. Just seems to be just nonsense. Back and forth, just nonsense over and over again. I don't know.
If it was a different party, maybe, like,
that would be fun.
I don't know if I'd vote for Rand Paul. I mean, something about him annoys me.
The youth will be voting for him in droves.
Yeah.
They like the Rand Paul, but I don't think he's got a shot, right?
Well, he has a shot, I think. I mean,
you think he has a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
People liked his father so much.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
They did. All right, we got Dave Attell coming in a few minutes.
Is he here or no?
I don't see him wandering around. Usually you see him wandering around with his hoodie on, his black hoodie and
Kenny,
his hat.
is he here?
I don't think so. Hi, Kenny.
Hi.
How was your weekend?
Great. Did you talk about the big prison escape?
Well, I'm learning about it. 2 guys might be an inside job upstate New York.
But there's an interesting bit of information in the New York Post today.
Yeah.
They suspect a female employee of the prison might have assisted them with their escape. And the cop, the detective that locked up one of the escapees back in the day, reports that he's well endowed.
Is he?
That's what it says in the Post. That's what the cop says. Yeah, that's, he cleans up good and he's like a ladies' man. And to be frank,
I saw that they said he was a ladies' man, but I didn't read further to find out that the cop that arrested him said he was well endowed. Wow, so the female broad at the prison just couldn't help herself. Well endowed.
Very well endowed.
Very well endowed.
Which one of these is this?
The one on the left.
Oh, boy, yeah, ladies like him.
So it's definitely an inside job. And
sure, he put that fat dick in her, and that was all it took. She's like, I'll get you out of here. I need that fat dick all the time.
How did she help?
I don't know. She probably gave him a key.
She had some equipment, some tools. She made sure some tools were laying around for them.
I guarantee you she's going to try to meet him and fuck him. She's probably like, look, I'll meet you somewhere, and I'll sit on that big fat dick, just clean it up a little, get all the prison off it.
Get all the prison off it. And then they escaped through a manhole cover, I believe. They went through the sewer system. That's pretty... God, I love a good prison escape.
Yeah.
Obviously these guys are really dangerous, but it fascinates me how they could figure that shit out
One guy
and pull it off.
Once before.
Did he?
Yeah. This is like the second time he's escaped. He really doesn't want to be in... What?
I'm going to break out of this jail. I may have found a way to break out of this jail. Let me show my giant prick to the lady. Let me get out of this jail.
How are you going to get out of this jail? You found a way.
I'm going to climb the wall, punk.
Speaking of impressions and prison escapes, there's a great movie called Escape Plan with Stallone and Schwarzenegger.
Oh, right.
Was it a great movie?
No.
Oh, okay. You scared me for a second.
No.
Yeah, we are just going to terminate the gates and run. And maybe you can punch your way through it. Yo, punch it for Adrian.
They're piling up the impressions today.
Yeah, I'm just going to hop over this wall. I'm feeling lucky, punk. That's good, right?
That's very good.
That's right.
You've moved on from Jack, which is good.
Yeah, he'll be back.
So how did they catch the guy if he escaped one other time?
I don't know. I'm sure they just caught him.
These guys that escape prison, you got to have a plan after you get out. Because I think they end up like going back to their what's familiar in the end because they don't really have a choice.
Well, or there's only so many places you can go. I mean, and they just look for you everywhere.
Everywhere until they finally hunt you down.
There's only so many places to go.
And now this is the second escape for this guy.
Yeah.
What prison was it?
I don't know. It was upstate.
Upstate, which one, though? Was it Attica? Oh.
There's no way to stay hidden in this day and age. Years ago you could, but it's like, how can you have any kind of a job or a life or anything without being electronically traced? Or
Plenty of people do that.
You
read all the time about people being caught after 30 years.
But those are guys who have been gone for a long time. Like, I think anyone who goes now and then just tries to start and get an identity, like, okay, now where can you get a job now? Like, if you've established something in 1981, it's a little different than going out right now, fresh out of prison, where there's fucking half the times they already have your DNA from shit, your fingerprints are on, your fingers.
And there's video camera.
There's millions of illegal immigrants to get under the table.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well,
too.
But they don't look like, they don't have that look.
No, but he's right. There are. That's a good point.
But there's also cameras everywhere too.
Shawshank had a happy ending.
It sure did. It sure did.
Yes, for Brooks.
Yeah.
But it's like, what do you do now? Is just a white or a black guy getting out of jail? The immigrants who everybody knows that they're illegal immigrants, an escaped convict, I think it's harder to stay under the radar.
I think you gotta.
How many of them escape now and stay escaped? It's hard.
It's very hard. I agree with you. I think it's a lot harder.
Joanne Chesmore.
We all know where she is, though.
I know.
It's a matter of getting to Cuba.
She's in Cuba. Jonathan was here, and I wanted him to talk about his. He went to Cuba.
Oh yeah.
You can't talk about it.
You said
he went down there and ate her pussy and came back.
God.
But but that's gonna be a sticking point. Like Chris Christie is going, we shouldn't have ties with them until they send her back, like because she was a New Jersey. I understand the emotion of that, but I've had enough of the problems with Cuba. I've fucking had it up to here with us having a hard. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia throws a blogger in jail. They're gonna give him 1,000 lashes.
Yeah,
and they're fucking. He's getting all these years in jail. I'm sick and tired of being tied to that country.
And we do a lot of business with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I don't care. Right, leave Cuba alone. Stop it.
Why don't they send her back? What is the holding
no
point there?
extradition treaty. I guess we had no relationship with them. Well, maybe because we're kicking and screaming because we didn't get our own way. The Soviets beat us with that one. And tough shit. We didn't get our own way.
Right. It happens.
Fucking cares.
So, Kenny, are we going to find these prison escapees?
I'll look for them.
Where do you think they went?
I don't know.
Somewhere a guy with a big dick can blend in. He's probably at my house.
Sure, he's not going to be able to wear shorts this summer.
Absolutely not.
As he's on the lam.
Guy with fucking striped, long striped pants and a giant knee bulge on the beach.
That's on the APB?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, has a big cock, armed and lucky.
They were close to Canada, but they should head to Mexico.
Because everyone would think they would try to get it into Canada.
Yeah.
So you trick them and go the other way.
Yeah. And I think Canada would most likely cooperate with extradition.
Oh, God, in a second they would. Mexico might, too, though, wouldn't they? They found them. The Mexico authorities help catch guys down there. They do. I've seen enough of those. I almost got away with it. And the Mexican authorities will help you if you're an American prisoner.
They're a bit corrupt down there, though.
They're very corrupt down there, but they have no interest in hiding a guy who escaped from American jail.
Yeah.
It makes them look good when they help out. Hey, look, we got this guy back. With his giant dick. We're sending them back on separate flights.
Cuomo's offering $100,000.
Ooh,
the governor.
That's a nice piece of cake.
Yes, prison worker being questioned. So.
Ooh. They're looking at her pussy, see if it's any different than it was when she got hired. This looks a little beat up, madam. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Did you help them escape?
No, I did not. My pussy got stretched in my sleep. I don't know who did it. What are these two marks on your hiney cheeks? They look like prison bar. No, they're not. I don't know what happened.
Oh, back that ass right up.
Yeah, I'll bet you.
You think they were having sex and she just was out of her mind about it?
Yeah,
about that big dick.
Yeah, maybe. He's very well endowed. He gets girlfriends any place he goes. They'll catch him, though. They'll be caught within, 3 days.
So, here's the full quote. He has a way with the ladies, the source said. Another source, retired detective David Bentley, who helped put away Matt for the 1997 murder of a North Tonawanda businessman. I know North Tonawanda.
97. He's been in jail. When did he go to jail?
Around there, I guess. Or a few years, maybe a year or two after that, after whatever. But when Matt's cleaned up, he's very handsome and, in all frankness, very well endowed. He gets girlfriends any place he goes.
That's not going to help, though, when we talk about how giant his dick is. Like, you don't need that. And no one's going to be looking for a guy and go, check out his bulge. I think we got the guy.
Well, I mean, if you think it's the guy, but he has nothing happening in front of his shorts, then all right, then most likely it's not him.
I may have found a way. I'm going to take my giant dong and knock the door down. Hey, you feeling like grabbing my big prick, do you, punk? Go ahead, touch my dick. Go ahead, kiss my prick. Hey, seems like my buddy Clint's got a giant prick. Hey, you feeling lucky, punk? Go ahead, hold my pecker. Oh, he's gonna take that big thing and knock the wall down. Oh!
You had a little Johnny Carson there as well. I'm going to add it to the list of characters you did today.
I'll take my big dick and knock the door down.
Yes, there it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're making a little fun, but one of the guys is a cop killer, Kenny. Not good. Not good. But I mean, they added the part that the guy's well endowed. You gotta go with that a little bit, right? Canada will not cooperate. Remember, Dear Zachary, Jimmy. They didn't cooperate with Dear Zachary.
That was just one judge, though.
True, very true. So that's the latest on the prison breakout. The source likened the breakout to Clint Eastwood's escape from Alcatraz. I think they make that reference a lot when someone escapes from prison, though. In which his character leaves a dummy in his bed, just as Matt and Sweat did. Oh, these guys left a dummy in their bed, Kenny.
Yeah.
Did you read that part, or were you too busy reading about this guy's big dick?
He left a little smiley face note, too, that said, "Have a nice day."
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, that's what the papers reported.
Yeah, there's a photo of it online.
He's just rubbing it in. What was that other thing? I didn't read the other thing you put up there, Adrian. Another source added that the pair had help on the inside, and they could just have easily had help on the outside. All right.
Left a dummy in his bed. You know how many times I've fucking come and then done that? It was an idiot girl.
To do all that, it would take weeks, if not months. This was well planned and thought out for some time. Well, they have time to kill it.
Yeah, we had an escape plan. I said, I'm just going to Rambo my way out of here. I'm going to use the big gun. Wait, that's not Arnold. I can't do Arnold.
Good.
Yeah.
What?
I'll be back. I won't be back.
It's a racist note. That's a stereotypical Chinaman that the guy drew. It says, "Have a nice day." Where did he leave it? In the cell. I mean, what part though? On the toilet or something?
No, he left it on the pipe that they cut out.
Man,
like, underneath.
You think they had it figured out on the other side?
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, they'll be able to fucking
I don't know, maybe they figured all this
hide.
out.
Maybe they have a safe house somewhere. Fascinating. Richard, Matt, and David Sweat. And Cuomo offering the $100,000. Former Marine throws coffee at Westboro Baptist Church. Protesters. What was Beau Biden's problem that they had to protest that funeral?
Because, again, they're cowards, and they pick these places where they know that they've never once showed up in Compton and protest, not to my knowledge, or in fucking Atlanta to some fucking gangster disciple or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't show up to those things. They show up to these ones, political ones, where they know they're going to be protected by the cops. I guess he was pro-fag, you know?
Is that what they got him for, pro-fag?
Yeah, I mean, that's just whatever it is. They're just cunts. They're just but they are dying slowly because the younger membership is, a lot of them are leaving. Social media has really hurt Westboro Baptist Church because people are seeing this whole other world outside.
Right.
So
they know there's a better way. Thank God for the criminal coffee thrower because of his crimes. Attention on the gospel message of WB. All right. Was the coffee really hot?
Probably not.
It was warm.
Just warm?
Yes, it was reported as warm.
Well, if you're going to throw coffee, why don't you go all in?
Well, he said he wasn't planning on doing this.
Get someone. What happened?
No, nothing. So happy I just did that. I'll tell you later.
What happened?
No, I'm not angry. I'm just so happy I just did something.
Oh, man, I need to know.
Well, I'll tell you in a break.
Not for air?
No. Well, I would say it.
I know. I'm trying to, get it out of you.
Oh, no, not going to happen.
Okay. So, somebody got a nice face of coffee there.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't hot. I mean...
It was just warm. Didn't do any real damage.
Yeah, but they'll sue.
Maybe a bit humiliated. The guy.
No, they don't want to press charges, and they're happy he did it because it brought more attention to them.
Oh, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised they're not pressing charges. Why?
Well, because everyone's talking about the West Baptist Church today.
Yeah, but they're all lawyers.
All right, I'm going to get info here from Adrian. He said he didn't plan on doing anything rash, but when the group of 3 women passed by him on their way out, he couldn't contain his emotions, and he threw, his cup of coffee. He's a Vietnam guy, right? Mm-hmm. Richard Pierce, a Vietnam War veteran who was arrested for throwing... They arrested him for throwing the coffee?
Yeah, it's assault.
Yes, it is assault.
Coffee.
Spitting on someone you can get arrested for. It is assault.
I'm a combat Marine.
It's assault with a delicious weapon.
What I did, I would not suggest anyone else do that. I acted very childish and foolish, and if I had to do it over again, I would do it again in a minute. Richard Pierce told the Daily News Sunday, "I'm a combat Marine. I can't tell a combat Marine anything." So,
yeah,
but you make a very good point. Yeah, go to Compton.
Yeah, they just don't. Unless they have, I haven't known about it. But they show up at Comic-Con. It's amazing how
why do they go to Comic-Con?
They're just...
The hell do they want there?
They're just fucking weak. And they always tell the police... I know that they have to get permits and stuff like that. Legally, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But It's amazing how they hate the cops, they hate America, but man, do they sure take some police protection. If you're that convinced, and again, we're arguing logic with these cunts, but if you're that convinced God is on your side, just refuse the police protection.
Right.
Just show up and God will take care of you.
Yeah. If you truly believe that, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
So there's the guy being arrested. What happens? He gets a little ticket, and that's it.
Who knows? If they press charges, it could be a pain in the ass for him. I mean, he wouldn't go to jail for it, but
he would have to just deal with that for a little bit.
Yeah, I wish something really bad would happen during one of those protests. It won't, but I wish it would.
Here's Dave Attell making his way down the hall. He's I've never seen anyone walk slower than Dave Attell right now.
Well, he's a fucking, he's a man who knows what he's doing, and
he's taking his time. He's got his newspaper rolled up.
When are they going to make these mic things longer for the guests?
That's a very, very good question.
They have to. I like the studio very much. I just want the mic thing, because I watch the guests leaning in.
Right.
John Cusack, who's almost 6'11", and it's like the fucking poor guy is leaning down like he's fucking doing a line of coke off the table to talk to this.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
6'3", 6'4", something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I want to introduce Dave Attell. He's making his way to the studio. He's got his coffee. He's got his paper. He's got his, not a hoodie today. He's got his summer wear on. He likes that color black. Roland is just chit-chatting with Dave Attell. Here's the play-by-play. Roland, Roland, enough with the chit-chat. We're ready to introduce Dave Attell to the program.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Good morning.
What a remodel.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys really upscaled. I like it.
Trying to mix it up a little bit. What was Roland chit-chatting with you about?
To me?
Yeah.
Roland.
Oh, were you listening to us outside?
No, but we saw this.
Can I say it? The whole lobby is different.
Yes, it is.
You know, and I'm trained like an old man. Like, this is where I go, and then I hand them my ID.
Yeah.
Then they look through my bag. Then they look through it again, because I, look a little skeevy.
Shady.
So,
Yeah.
A little shady.
Shady.
And, I'm sorry if I'm late to both you and the listeners.
Stop.
It's okay.
No, I'm sorry.
It's only 10 minutes, Dave. We always have a little bit of a buffer.
What did I miss?
Oh,
A whole bunch of chatter, some impressions, and a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Jimmy's doing a lot of impressions today.
Yeah.
Jimmy's also talking about his new love for the subway of New York City.
The store or the actual? Because I love it too.
No, I don't like the store. I'm a blimpy guy, and
Really?
I've actually gone, if you want the truth of it, I've had a couple of Jersey Mike subs, expecting nothing and receiving everything. They were fucking delicious.
I like a good Subway
but
sub.
Subway can fucking
What's
lick
wrong with
my...
Subway?
Hold your outrage, sir.
I'm angry about
Hold
it.
it.
You throw those banana peppers on a sandwich, and it brings it all together.
It's
nice.
utter shite. It was cut in fucking, a month before. The bread's too bready. I loathe it.
Right.
Subway,
It's
this is what I
healthy.
like to do. I like to go to Subway and start at the wrong end and build the sandwich backwards. Has anyone ever done that?
They don't
Mayo,
like,
please.
They don't like you to do that.
They don't like it.
No.
Sorry.
They frown on it.
The first tank of the night.
That was cute.
But Jimmy, Jimmy's riding the subways. He's riding
You're on the subway again.
Yes.
For the first time, yeah. I never
Ever?
I know I've done it, but I always avoid it.
But he's really liking it these days.
Why the Subway now? What happened?
Don't know. No, it's just I find I'm calmer. Something about there's too much stress with traffic.
Yes.
And getting to the fucking cellar.
Yes.
And then you take the train. You're like, I know that even if I'm late on the train, I have a good excuse. Train was late, and I know the train's not going to be that late.
It's very rare that it's late, unless someone gets pushed. They push a few guys every year off the platform, and that messes up things for a while. But
I love the Subway compared to driving anywhere in the city. Even coming in from the island, I went to go see my mom on Long Island, and they were stopping every car. I guess they were looking for these escaped convicts.
they're looking on Long Island.
Are they really? Oh no, I don't know why they were stopping them because I was
where
like,
was
I
this?
wonder if it's the escape.
No, that's
the Midtown Tunnel.
Oh, Midtown.
Yeah.
That was my question to you.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought you were on the Long Island Railroad and they're going from car to car looking for the escaped prisoners. We were just talking about that story just before you got in. No,
Did they get him?
No,
they did not get him. But
then I'm still a deputy.
But
before that, I was just a white guy with a gun. Now I'm a deputy.
The one guy, though, we're learning is well endowed. They needed that in the story. Like, they're talking, he's got a real big dick.
Really?
Really big.
That'll limit it down.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because it's summer. If you see a guy at the beach with very long pants, he might be the guy covering up his big dick.
Well, they shouldn't catch him so quickly then.
No.
Yeah, let him sling that thing around.
Yeah, really.
What else did he miss? So we did the prison thing. We did the subways that he's really into lately. Oh, he's into feet.
You're into feet.
He's very into feet right now.
What a makeover.
I've gotten more into them, yeah. Do you like feet or no?
For the eroticism of them, or no?
Yeah.
No. I find that's the ugliest part of the body, and I'm not into it.
Thing? Okay.
Not at all. No.
With Dave Attell on that.
I'm not. I don't find them erotic, and I know there's a whole kitsch of adult movies that deals with feet. Is that your thing?
Not the movies. No, I don't want to watch the movies.
Okay,
just in real life.
Just seeing a foot.
Yeah, sometimes they can be horrendous too.
Wow,
they can be really ugly.
Yeah, no.
What's the worst foot you'd still be attracted to?
Well, I'd have to see it individually. I mean, I like them larger on a girl, but I don't like.
Do the toes have to be perfect?
No, I mean I like them to be long, off. But off. Like I don't like corns on the top of them.
Or what
by
about
someone who wears too many heels?
What about the toes that kind of cross over?
I mean, I prefer that they don't have that. Just a normal looking foot. That's it.
Or the left turn on the
left turn.
Or is it the right turn? I guess it depends what
which pig gets you going.
I don't know. There's really not one. Like that's a nice foot. That's a big foot. That girl that we're looking at the monitor.
She's a giant.
Well, yeah, I don't like that, but she's big feet. She's like clown shoes.
She's the woman with the biggest feet in Europe.
Yeah, that's
who is this?
Let me see her body though.
We just Googled it.
She's not. Her body is.
How
that's
tall
a big foot.
Is
I'm going to guess she's she's a little too big for me, dude. She's a giant lady.
Giant.
That's not for me.
God.
That doesn't do it for me.
You know, they have that show, I think it's The Legend of Mike Dodge, where the guy doesn't wear any shoes. He's out in the wilds, and he just like walks around with his feet. And he says like if you never wore shoes or something like that, like they'll eventually get calloused up so much that it's almost like a shoe.
Yeah, and you can walk on anything.
Yeah, so you think what I'm thinking, you save a lot of money without buying shoes if you just do the homework. You know, you just go out there and scuff them up, and then you don't need to buy shoes.
Yeah, but then they're cold. You can't scuff up the top of them and make them weather resistant.
You're right. I didn't know about
I like
that.
a nice warm foot. It's like they say, always keep your feet dry in the Nam. That's what you got to
do. Survival host, no shoes.
Yeah. He's a guy who lives out all the stuff, you know, one of the nature guys.
Yeah. We had him in. Les?
You did?
Les Stroud, that guy?
I think he does stuff with Les Stroud. I think his name's Cody London.
Oh, okay. Cody London doesn't like to wear a good shoe. I
hope I'm getting the right guy, but yeah, I noticed he was like just running through the wilds.
But what about all the shit that could bite you?
Yeah, the brambles, as they say.
Yeah, those maybe an ant or two.
An ant,
dirty feet.
Gopher hole. Sprain.
Step on a beehive. I wish you had some fucking shoes.
So, Jim, when you're on the subway, do you get recognized a lot? Because I assume that's
not really
why you're doing it.
No one cares on the train. No one cares on the train. It's great. What did you do?
Fuck.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I just squashed my middle finger in between the chair and the console.
Oh.
Fuck, did that hurt?
No, people don't usually recognize you on the subway. They don't care. Once in a while, someone gets a hello, but they don't care.
They just come up with a generous hello.
Yeah.
Hello, friend.
Hey, how are you? Maybe you could sit down and listen to my woes for a second. Some great musicians down there.
I take the subway, but I never sit down. I like to stand like I'm like ready, like just in case something's going to happen, you know.
I do.
Plus, you know, you give a seat up for a lady.
Yeah, I've offered it. No one's ever taken it.
All right.
So you need a seat, bitch?
You got to sit down.
Looks like someone put a little seed in that womb. You want a seat?
Oh, he also was trying to take a peek at a girl's vag on the subway.
Oh, come on, Jim.
Who hasn't done that?
But
it is summer.
We've all tried, but not many of us have been caught.
We've all been caught at one point, though.
She caught him taking a look.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that movie, that old Charles Bronson movie, Kinjite, whatever that is.
Well, that was about kiddie porn. Yeah, the forbidden, delicious film. That was a good one.
Kinjite, forbidden knowledge, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, forbidden fun. She caught me trying to take a peek at the old cunt. Just a little peekaroo.
But it is so difficult getting around town. That's so true. Like, you know, you used to be able to like jump in a cab and like, you know, now it's almost twice as long driving anywhere here.
Well, that's because of what they've done with the roads.
Oh yeah,
they changed the traffic patterns. The lights.
What is this, Channel 1?
Well, because de Blasio was obsessed with all the people that are being run over, and so he made everyone slow down, and he changed the patterns of the lights so you can't. And when you're on the avenues and stuff, you can't go as far as you used to before they turn them to red for you. But the point here is people are still getting run over all over the place.
Right.
It didn't make a bit of difference, but now it's just a hassle for everybody.
Well, the slow traffic started before de Blasio started Bloomberg because they have all these bike lanes.
Planters and the bike lanes.
Yeah, you lost lanes of travel. Half the lanes are gone, or 20% of the lanes are gone.
I think we should get rid of those planters already.
We don't need them.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like people sitting outdoors in fucking in September and October.
And enjoying themselves?
No, sit at home.
Someone's enjoying themselves.
Go to a park, not the fucking middle of the street.
But there's nowhere to go.
Too bad.
So
Move out of New York.
That's why they did all that shit, because there's nowhere to go after a while.
That's good, except in traffic. It's great. You want to sit there and have a coffee? Fucking sit inside or stand outside.
But no one ever looks like they're relaxing. They always look like they're exhausted and they're about to make like a hard choice.
Because there's nowhere to sit. They don't let you sit anywhere because of the homeless people.
Put more seats around.
I think that, no, there's more sitting going on lately. Aren't there a few benches out there?
A few extra benches. You can't really lay down on those benches, though.
And the city bikes, put them on the sidewalk. Get them out of the fucking street.
Whoa,
Jimmy!
I'm telling you, that's my campaign.
How about a city bench where you can sign up and you get to sit down somewhere?
That's nice. Yeah, you swipe your credit card.
Yeah,
you get the
I can sit here.
But you discover the subway, so you don't need this anymore. You don't need this stress in your life. You don't have to worry about this stuff.
I still have a car.
Every 100th sit, you get to lay down. That would be great. There could be like some kind of
you got frequent sitter card.
Sir, get up. It's his turn. He's going to sleep here tonight.
But who punches the card for you?
You swipe it.
I don't know.
You swipe? I would like the punch system.
No, automatic swipe.
Automatic swipe?
Do you go to the front of the car and press your little face up against the window?
I like to look and pretend that I'm driving the train. Yes, I do.
The choo-choo?
I do like the first car, which is probably the most dangerous in an accident. But I find that, and I hate to break this secret, but I find that's usually the one that's the least crowded because you have to walk all the way to the end of the platform.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This is great. You're becoming one of the people. I like that.
You're really learning.
That's right.
You should walk around and go, "Hi, my name's Jim. I'm running for something."
Yeah.
I understand your pain.
Yes.
You check out the Triple Crown. Is that your thing, Dave?
I love it. I didn't get to see it, and I didn't get to bet on it, but I had a feeling that this was the one. This is the Triple Crown. This is the one. And the guy's like, he's engaged, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, this is so awesome.
It's a wonderful story.
Are they going to get married at Belmont, you think?
I believe that would be the place to do it.
Have you been there?
I've never been to Belmont. Is it a nice place when they're not running this?
Supposedly the restaurant is really nice, but the other area, not as great. The snack bar area. Well, that's where like me and some of the other jockeys hang in between races. Me and some of the sportsbook guys.
But why the Belmont as far as the Triple Crown? Because it's a bit of a drop off as far as the Kentucky Derby goes.
That's
in
true.
The Belmont. It's a bit of a drop off.
What's the other one? Kentucky
Derby?
Derby?
It's more blue collar.
And then it's out west. Whatchamacallit?
No, it's Baltimore.
No.
Is it?
It's in Baltimore.
What's it called?
The Preakness.
Oh.
The Preakness.
The Kentucky Derby is all about class, and the Preakness, slight drop off, a little bit of a drop off. And then Belmont, I'm saying, even though I'm a Long Island guy, it's a big drop off from the Kentucky Derby.
But that's all we got. I mean, we got to hold on to this. I mean, really, our history of horse racing.
That's it.
We can't hold a real team, so we might as well just, throw all in on the horses.
Do they race overseas? There's got to be big races. What are the big races in Europe or whatever?
No one cares.
No, nobody does that.
They don't?
Yeah,
the one guy that used to be great when we were growing up, he went
Stevie
over
Cawthon.
there. Yeah, he went over there to run in that circuit.
I thought that would be like
reason.
I thought it'd be like in basketball, like when you're not like hitting it, you go overseas and you play for Italy for 3 years. That's what we do with our horses. They're like,
they get sent overseas.
Well, I did know that during the race, none of the carriages were moving. All the horses were, were glued. We're glued listening.
England has their own Triple Crown.
They do.
They have their own Triple Crown.
Oh, England, yeah, they're huge into horses over there.
So why wouldn't American Pharaoh go over there and see what he could do over there?
That's a hard sport to even quarterback on because do you know how to ride a horse? I don't.
Help. I rode a horse in camp.
Yeah.
My horse's name was Jim, spelled G-Y-M. And I'll never forget that I was riding in camp. It was very bizarre.
Yeah.
And there were some girls that were I was probably 13. And I didn't want to go to Camp Mason, but I did. I was forced. And the guy, my buddy, he reminds me of Stanhope for some reason, but I didn't know who Stanhope was at that point. But now I look back, I just associate Doug said he looked like him. And I'll never forget, we were riding horses, and I was complaining because my horse was a little wild that didn't listen that well, and I was very scared. Mm-hmm. And I remember the guy, my buddy, went talking about my horse. He goes, Jim's a cunt. and the two girls, our counselors, heard him.
Yeah.
And it was so uncomfortable and silent because he, of course, saying cunt in front of women.
And was it one of those where, the horses slowly go up a trail, everybody's behind each other?
Yeah, my horse just seemed like it had, a fucking palsy and was always ready to fall off the trail. I was horrified. Raising its head angrily.
Maybe it just felt weird energy on its back.
Probably.
So what happened to the kid for calling
Nothing. It was
Jim
just very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Nothing happened, but I mean...
So did that give you more insight into the race? I mean...
None whatsoever. It's my only horse riding experience at all. And I was going to, but my friend Chris had a mishap a few years ago, and I said, no
Your
more.
friend Chrissy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
When did the jockeys stop sitting on the horse?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes.
Is it really?
I assume when
was
they,
just
when,
trying to fill
when they,
some time.
isn't it called cantering? Isn't that what that is?
That's
When they're,
religious
no,
shit.
no, that's
Their
when they're slow.
Their legs got to fucking hurt by the end of that race. Those jockeys are in great shape.
Yeah, they have good thigh muscles.
They don't sit on the horse anymore.
No,
They're kind of crouching above it.
Yeah.
we went. Me and my friends. We went to Belmont one time, and it was the Trotters. You know that's with the buggy.
Yes,
that's kind of like the funny cars of that world. And you really don't care. It's just a good time. You're hanging out. You're having a couple of beers. You're betting a couple bucks
around.
But this is like for the real deal people. This is like this is the what's the prize again for the jockey? What does he do?
I don't know.
Citizenship.
So,
all right, he gets that. But what does the horse get? Like, how do they celebrate the horse? I mean, I know they put it out to stud and they never have to run it, but like, what's the after
probably
for the horse?
like a sugar cube.
Yeah, an apple.
An apple, maybe.
Yeah, something sugary and sweet. He's been dieting. A piece of cake.
Yeah.
They spoil him. Nice pet.
I bet you they jerk it off.
Really?
After the race. Get some of that sperm out immediately. Because that sperm's got to be worth a lot of money.
A lot, yeah.
Good double-fisted cock pump. That's a good word.
When does the horse retire? Is that it, or does it run?
I think it's right after that. That's it.
So that's it.
It usually puts out a book and then it's done. A little tell-all.
Adrian, look that shit up. Is American Pharaoh now done? Even though this horse is pretty amazing, but there's nothing else to really run. Or I bet you it goes overseas for some fancy thing. And
I read this morning that he's going to run again.
He is.
Yes.
Where though?
I don't know. Horse track.
No, but I mean, what race? After you win the Triple Crown, why would you do that?
He should fight Mayweather. That's what he should do. There's no one can beat him.
They ought to put him out, and they ought to make him fucking lug people through Central Park. They could do a reality show when Mr. Fancy gets to fucking slum it with the regular people.
How many how many people knew who came in second? Like, what happens to that horse?
Frosted. A lot of people had Frosted winning this thing.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a pot-friendly name. Yeah. So I could see why people went for that one.
Frosted. I don't know much about Frosted, but it came in second.
Damn.
Came in second. I think it was 5 lengths.
Oh, Frosted got killed.
So what's happened? So he has to start the whole process again. Like he's kind of like, oh man, I have to go back and.
Is this race every year or every other year?
It's every year.
Every year.
Okay.
Every year they go for. They try for the Triple Crown. This is the first time, like you said, in 37 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Zayat will let trainer Bob Baffert construct a schedule for Pharaoh to figure out when the horse is ready to run again. The Breeders' Cup Classic in October could be a potential target with its $5 million in prize money.
Yes.
So it won't run until October, most likely.
That's where they have like what you were talking about with the release. The Breeders' Cup. After that, that's when it becomes a full tilt. Yeah,
and they just start dumping load after load after load. Yeah.
All right, let's get it. So then, what do they do? How many loads do they get out of this thing?
Just
endless?
Gallons,
mouthfuls,
but endless. And what happens to these loads?
They put them in pussies and they sell them. Horse jizz. There you go. Not to be not potable.
Not potable jisms.
Yeah, they sell horse loads for a lot of fucking money, and you breed them.
So is this the off season now for the jockey? I guess not. They never have an off season. Like,
no
they
one
can't
wants
eat
to
now.
come.
They can't do anything.
I think the jockey
life.
was on a bunch of horses at Belmont.
Yeah,
you would think they would just save the jockey for the one race where the guy, where the horse might win the Triple Crown.
No,
but I think he ran a few races that day on Sunday.
These guys have a lot of. It's probably the most dangerous yet least. Like the chances of making a good living at it is very difficult.
You're doing fucking 80 miles an hour on something that doesn't want you on it.
Right?
Is it 80 miles an hour?
No.
That would be amazing.
I'm just kidding.
I know. Tommy,
I'll be impressed when a horse wins with Ralphie May on its back. That's when I'll be impressed with a fucking horse.
Finally.
Then you would bow. Tommy in Brooklyn. What do you got, Tommy?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
You'd be crazy to run that horse again. Big Brown a couple of years ago won the Derby. Right, his offspring ran this Derby, Dormont.
Okay, yeah.
They get a lot of money for every load. A lot of money.
Sounds like me.
You race that horse and it breaks its leg, and you gotta euthanize it.
Yeah.
There's too many investors.
Tommy, he's going to run Breeders. That's October, so they got 4 months to get a lot of jizz out, though.
That's a lot.
They're probably they're just jerking that horse off a few times a day. How many times a day, if you had an American Pharaoh? How many times do you think you could jerk the horse off?
I would literally have him being jerked off until someone's like, my arm is giving out, and then someone else would just take over mid-stroke.
All I know is it's a good life for that horse after he wins.
Yes,
of course.
I heard that even if they do break something, that they still keep him around for the stud of it.
They tried to. Who was the one that hurt his leg a few years ago? They really... Is that horse dead?
Do you remember the one...
Arma something. Wait a minute. What was that horse's name? Barbaro, sorry. Is he dead?
Barbaro.
Oh, I forgot about him.
He died?
Yeah.
Oh. He broke his leg?
Yeah.
Did they try to yank cum out of him on the thing while it's fucking... right before you shoot him, let me give him a fucking...
Get one out. Do you remember when we were growing up, the horse that killed right on the track?
Oh, there's been a bunch
yes. At one of the Triple Crown races?
Yep, just sleeping with a horse of a different race.
There's got
caught him with a donkey.
It was fucking tragic. They went out there with a shotgun.
Yeah,
or
I
something,
remember.
And then they
that.
covered him up, and everyone was just horrified. Like you couldn't do this, off the track somewhere. Could you look that story up? I think we're dating ourselves, but I think it's like the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, boy.
See if you can find that.
That's when they still shot him. I think now they just inject him.
True.
Don't even give him the glory of being shot.
Do you feel like they shot him that day, Dave?
I remember hearing something about that. That was in that Belmont, wasn't it?
I don't know. We're looking it up now. Let's say hi to Steve in D.C.
It sounded like an altercation in the parking lot.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, so the stud fees, before you won the Triple Crown, it was going to be $16,000 a pop. Now that he's won the Triple Crown, it's $100,000 a pop. A horse can actually breed up to 100 baby horses, if you will, a year, and they can live for up to 25 years. So $100,000 a pop, that's going to be some good change for the next 10, 20 years.
But how many loads could you get out of them at $100,000 a pop?
Wow, that's a lot of some expensive cum.
And how do you do it?
Well, they actually put him out to pasture with the mare, and they actually have sex.
2 mares, 1 bucket.
So how do they figure out the mare is a good match?
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's obviously that's hit or miss, and that's where you pay that's why you have to kind of roll the dice and pay the fee, and hopefully you get a thoroughbred racehorse at the end.
They're doing it wrong. I would set up some kind of sort of like a lemonade stand and just be selling this shit right on the street.
I bet you there's like
and then let the people figure out what they want to do with American Pharaoh's sperm in the test tube you get.
Yeah. I bet you they have to keep it under lock and key, guarded.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah. White gold, they call it.
White gold. It was, David Attell, it was Ruffian. The horse's name was Ruffian, I believe.
Well, he went out like his name. Went hard.
Am I right, Adrian?
I don't know. I don't think Ruffian was killed on the track. Ruffian's just
someone that knows more about this shit than me. Please call. I remember as a kid seeing some horrific scene play out on like Wide World of Sports or something, and they killed a horse right on the track. They had no choice. It broke his leg.
That's true. I do remember that. That was like a big moment. And
then they put a tarp over it, and then Jim McKay had some witty thing to say, and they moved on to
it was their Kennedy assassination
or something. Yeah. Yeah. Remember
the horses have never forgotten it.
Remember barrel jumping on Wide World of Sports?
Oh, none of that fun's out there anymore.
What a dumb sport. It used to be an Olympic sport, I believe. And then they realized, well, man can't jump over any more barrels. They've hit their limit. For a horse to be studded, it has to mount. Okay. Wait, so if it's... So it has to be a natural.
Nah, they fucking mount shit, and they I think they can jerk them off. This is the fake thing they mount. Dumb horses don't know.
Well, when they have the farm, the breeding farm, that's where they retire them there, and they have the women that they the mares that they want them to mate with. And I know, what's his name? There's a couple of really famous guys who are into horses, like Shatner. I know is a big horse guy. William Shatner's Captain Kirk.
Mm-hmm. And I like a horse. I will beam it up.
That's a big investment in the horse thing.
Yeah. This guy remembers the horse being killed on TV. Kevin in South Carolina, go ahead.
Good morning, Opie. Hey, I'm about your age, 39. And I remember watching that horse race. I swear it was like a 2-horse race, but that horse broke his leg right there on the track, and they're like, "Oh crap! Now we got to kill it."
Well, they're saying 8 bells from 2008. No, man, I'm.
This is
you got to go way back.
This is like 77, 78. I want to say I was, 12, 13-year-old kid, but
Yeah.
It was Ruffian. That's the one I'm thinking of when you said that.
What a cool name for a horse, Ruffian.
I feel like it had something to do with
It's
Ruffian.
available.
What do they say about Ruffian from 1975? All right, thanks, Kevin. Dave Attell is in studio today. What are you promoting, Dave?
Me?
As we look up this
I just came
Ruffian
down
info.
for the fellowship of good-natured banter.
Just to get out of the house and talk to a couple of friends.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me be. No, I guess I got some road stuff coming up. Driving up. I was just in Rochester, by the way, your hometown.
Well,
I had a great time.
I'm from Long Island, but I certainly love my years in Western New York.
There you go.
I did
Yeah.
about 10
They
years
love
up
you up
there,
there.
so it's almost like a
Both of
second
you
home.
guys, very.
You do
very
Weeze's
loved.
show?
Yes, the brother Weeze.
Yeah.
I have to say one thing. Like that guy, I think he was like the first. Like when I was like on the road and like I did radio, it was like I met him and I was like, wow, this is cool. He was such a character, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited to see him again. And like he looked great.
Yeah.
I thought for some, he looks younger than me. He looked all cleaned up and everything, buffed up.
He's trying. He's trying to stay healthy.
So that was cool, and I played the club up there, the comedy club, and it was cool. But the problem with upstate is like once it gets nice out, these people have been like almost snowbound for like months and months and months. Once it's nice out, you can't you feel bad for them. Like they say, come back inside now, and listen to me. I mean, like so
they just want to be out.
Yeah, so
they've been snowbound.
I am doing I guess where am I heading? Providence, which is always fun, and then I'm hitting. You have it there, right? Vermont, Maine. I don't know. Stephen King tour.
Yes, Derry.
I got a train wreck comedy tour. Amy Schumer, Judd Apatow, David Attell, and friends. Right?
That's my other tour.
These comedians will travel across America and Canada, starting June 14th and finish June 21st. But that's not what you're promoting.
Yeah, no, that's the tour I'm doing with Amy for her movie. I'm in it for a couple seconds. Jim, you're in the movie, right?
I don't think so.
You're not?
No.
See, Jim is the better actor, so I don't see why that didn't happen.
The scene was. I actually
he
saw
filmed for the movie.
I saw the scene and I was happy with it. I was very happy with it.
You were.
They said they cut it for time. I'm assuming that's correct because they spent a lot of money on the scene.
Really?
Yeah. But when I saw it and did ADR for it, I was like, when they told me that they were going to cut it, I was like, fuck, man, it must be awful. But then I was like, well, it was actually funny. I was pleased with it.
Oh, good.
So that does me no good.
No, you really are an actor. I thought you were just kidding around. Were you upset as an actor that like you were cut out of something?
Sure. I mean, but I mean, I understood it. It's part of it. It's nothing personal. It's not,
but you'll be in the DVD select, whatever that is.
That's
no. Do they still have that? I don't even know.
No.
No, I'm in it for a couple of seconds, and there's a lot of great comics in Colin. He's in it, and Judd Apatow is the director, and Amy's just awesome. She rocks out and so funny. So I'm glad to do it, and we're doing this. It's for charity. The shows are for charity, but I think it's also to give the fans a chance to look at the movie. So it's kind of cool.
That's great.
It's a lot of flying. That's all I know. But the week before, that's starting Wednesday, I'm doing my own little tour, the Pay My Mortgage tour. So
it's
you guys should check that out, too. Go to my site, davidattell.com.
No, let me do that better for you.
Yeah.
Comedy Connection in Providence, Rhode Island,
Yes.
Wednesday.
Bang.
Thursday, Higher Ground in Burlington, Vermont.
Nice.
Friday, Flying Monkey in Plymouth, New Hampshire.
This is going to be good.
You're picking a nice place to go in the summer.
I know.
Beautiful up there.
I'm up against the whatever.
Doing the dying homosexual tour.
And Saturday, the State Theater in Portland, Maine. Beautiful for David Attell.
I'm loving it.
davidattell.com for everything he's up to.
I'm ready to go. I just got an oil change. It's on.
It's on. The story of Ruffian is pretty tragic, but it's still not the one I'm thinking of. Maybe this is all in my stupid fucking brain. It never happened. But Ruffian was leading when she snapped 2 bones in her right foreleg in 1975 at the Belmont. However, she refused to stop running, further damaging her leg until it was reduced to a flopping mess. I think there's video of this, by the way.
Wow.
Emergency surgeons say Ruffian woke up from the anesthesia and began running in place on the floor as if the race was still on, causing damage in the operating room and breaking an elbow in the process.
But that's somebody we're talking about an abusive jockey or owner. When you're like, I better keep running or else the punishment's going to be really severe.
Or maybe a real competitor, Jim.
No, I think that's a little different.
As such, they were forced to put her down. But that's not the one that happened on the track in front of everybody.
By the way, you know Spike TV is editing fucking Clint Eastwood's Caitlyn Jenner joke out? Well, real guys network.
Spike TV. Whose joke is it?
I just Clint Eastwood made a joke when he was presenting something on Spike, and they're editing it out.
Really?
Did it air?
Not yet. No, it wasn't even that bad.
Oh, so they
a joke.
taped the Spike,
but it wasn't
thing.
even a nasty joke.
What was the joke?
I'll tell you. Why the fuck is Caitlyn Jenner so fucking sacred?
I don't know.
God Almighty, stop it!
You should be able to make fun of everything.
I'm 100% behind Bruce Jenner's change to 100%, but it's still make funnable.
Of course it
Fucking
is.
asshole country. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see. He said something like the joke which Spike TV has said, which the Guys Network has said they will cut out. I guess this was going to air on Lifetime as well. He was introducing San Andreas star Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know, because the Guys Network. He introduced him. He said by comparing him to other famous athletes such as Jim Brown and Caitlyn somebody.
That was it?
That's the joke.
Oh my God, we're losing our minds. This
It's over.
Wow, what a Guys Network. Boy, they really captured guys. Let's get Clint Eastwood and The Rock. Caitlyn, somebody. Cut it! Cut it!
Well, the good news is we found what you can scream in the subway now. This is something you can take to the subway and scream. This is your preaching.
I have had enough of this fucking treating Caitlyn Jenner like she is a fucking, like the second coming or enough!
Yeah,
I'm happy for this person. Good for you. I think it's great you're doing it. Support is real. I'm not just lip servicing the support. I genuinely mean it. Go fuck yourself, though, as far as not being a subject that can be poked fun at. Late night guys are fucking, I think, pretty much laying off it.
Yeah.
Bill Maher made a lot of jokes.
Good.
Good for him.
In real time this weekend.
Good for Bill Maher.
A lot of people dislike Mr. Maher, but he's right on with that.
I could see if you're doing a joke about how fucking Bruce Jenner is getting his dick cut off, and you're doing gay bashing jokes. Like, all right, I understand why a network doesn't want that, but why is it fucking sacred ground?
Wait, what is the headline on this? That Bill Maher to pronoun police. Caitlyn Jenner
is not Rosa Parks.
He's right. Good for him.
He's right.
What are they trying to say here, there, Travis? Let's see. Do we have any of his jokes that we could play? Is there a video of this?
I'm not sure if there's
I didn't
video
know Clint
yet.
was doing time now. Hasn't he earned? Here's a little one I came up with on
God, that
the set of
annoys
Dirty
me.
Harry.
Because they fucking they call themselves like a guys network. Like this is for place for extreme sports and MMA and guys stuff.
And then they cut a Caitlyn Jenner
And you
joke.
can't get more masculine than Clint Eastwood introducing The Rock. There's not more testosterone in any introduction. Cock and balls introducing
That is
cock
horse
and
jism
balls.
right there.
That's horse jizz. And he makes not even a nasty Caitlyn Jenner joke. Caitlyn somebody. Cut it!
Right.
Get rid of that!
The networks just don't want to. They don't want the hassle of it. It's not like they're better people, and they just like, no, we don't want it. And it sucks for whatever. I mean, like you're right. The whole thing with Spike. I remember when I did one of their Guys' Choice Awards or something like that.
Well, Guys' Choice.
Yeah, it was like this kind of faux guys. Like you like vodka, right? You like Maxim models. It was like that kind of thing.
Cornball shit. And by the way, Oscar Pistorius is being recommended for August jail release. Boy, they really don't care about shooting models by a toilet in that fucking country.
Why are they recommending that?
I don't know. I guess he did his time.
Unbelievable. Look, we got to take a break. We could talk about that certainly. We got the Bill Maher clip. I want to hear how he handled Caitlyn Jenner and saying that she's not Rosa Parks. That's gonna. Well, it's already causing some people to talk.
I don't know how people hate Bill Maher. Like, yeah, he's really liberal, but he's not a language cop. I don't know how fucking. A lot of people don't like his politics. That's fine, but I mean, he makes fun of anything. He doesn't ever tell people they should get in trouble for what they say. I love Bill Maher.
Goes after Muslims and everybody else.
Makes fun of everyone.
He goes for the funny.
And what else was there? With you guys in studio, of course, we got to talk about Jerry Seinfeld talking about college kids. And how they're too PC. We got a nice little clip to play for everybody. Dave Attell is here. DaveAttell.com because he's all over the place. But Wednesday,
tons of road.
Wednesday, Comedy Connection in Providence, Rhode Island. Thursday, Higher Ground in Burlington, Vermont. Friday, Flying Monkey in Plymouth, New Hampshire. State Theater in Portland, Maine on Saturday.
Thank you.
By the way, one bit of follow up. Yeah, go to JimNorton.com if you're interested. If you're not, what am I going to tell you? I'm in New York. I got Caroline's and DC coming up. The on sale, of course, wasn't told to me by people who fucking booked the gig, so I'm just...
Whoa!
I mentioned it, but it was already on sale, and I didn't know it. The Borgata, July 10 and 11, I'm doing those shows.
Okay.
And who else is on the show? American Pharaoh?
Yes, American Pharaoh, putting his big dick in my face. And I got one bit of communicate about the horses. I'll bet my life He's not going to be put out to pasture. He mounts a fake mare and finishes, and it's then put right into the mare. No way they would risk him getting hurt mounting a live mare. I guess horses, when they fuck, it's rough.
They get a little violent.
Even
Unlike
that's
when I
PC.
fuck. Yeah. The mare technically hasn't consented.
A fake mare named.
I just want to know how many loads they get off the. Do they do this just for years afterwards?
For as often as the horse wants.
I bet you one of the stable guys has to taste it. It's ready.
It's ready.
That's some good jisms.
Or he fingers a mare, and then he gets behind the fake one, and he puts it under the horse's nose.
A dirty Sanchez for my lady.
And what are the odds that sperm turns out to be another great horse?
I guess there's a lineage that you can trace.
Sure, there's a lineage.
I wouldn't know.
I certainly increases your odds.
Yeah, it's good for your skin.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird, like when they're waiting on the birth after this, $1 billion sperm thing, and a dog comes out.
Yeah.
What happened?
Or they give it birth and they start raising it. They're like, oh no, it's James McCartney. Oh no.
All right, a little later today, you going to stick around for Dr. Ruth?
You have to, Attell? She's going to talk about the peanuts. I'll be doing my impressions all throughout the morning.
She's
the new Jim Norton. Let's try to get some asses in those seats.
Can you talk to her as Dr. Ruth? Dr. Ruth?
I don't want to confuse the people.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll talk to her as Clint
Can I
Eastwood.
say that Dr. Ruth did this great documentary on like all the like these subgroups in Israel, the Haredim, and all these like weird small groups of people. Like, it was so interesting. Like, she's really interesting person. That's all I'm saying.
There's
like,
more
she's
to
not
her
just
than
about
the sex thing?
Yeah, the SEX, not all that.
Oh, all right. We might have to ask her about that.
I love it.
Thank God David Attell is here today.
Well,
David Attell in studio. I think he's doing a little walkabout. He might be having a cigarette, right? He still smokes?
Yes, I think he does.
What a pain in the ass that's got to be.
This day and age, fucking impossible, man.
We're 36 floors up. He's got to go downstairs to have a quick cigarette and then pop back up and do a little more radio.
Yeah.
Is that where he went there, Adrian? Or is he right outside there just chatting with Club Soda Kenny?
Can you tell Dave we're back on?
He's just having a chat with Kenny.
I call it Siggian.
To Jim Norton's point, and certainly mine as well, but Jimmy's taking the lead on this. Tyler in Rochester, the home of Brother Wheeze. What's up, Tyler?
So what's going on, man? Yeah,
Hey.
I was actually about to call Jim's advice show last week about still the Caitlyn Jenner shit. Just like, how do you deal with people being retarded all the time and just like being in this position? It's just getting draining. I'm a young dude, but it just takes away from it. So, well, anyway, like the media will not only just, the way they cover it, like the headline will even skew it even more. Like, I think on Yahoo today it said that Clint Eastwood was mocking Caitlyn Jenner. So, like, they twist even more of those words. And even, like, a week ago when she first came out, they came after, Drake Bell, like, fucking D-list celebrity, for tweeting, like, I'm still going to call you Bruce.
Yeah.
And they said, just like Drake Bell under fire for controversial remarks.
Well, that's the press
He was
saying
just
that.
under fire. Yeah, he's under fire by them, and it's controversial just because they put the word there. It's not a reflection of what people think. They just make it that way.
It's pathetic. I mean, the guy should be able to say, I'm still going to call, Caitlyn Jenner a he. You should be allowed to say that without it being controversial or being put under fire. You should be put under fire if they say, well, I don't agree with that lifestyle, and if I ever see her, I'm going to take a fucking baseball bat to her head.
Right.
Then you should be under fire,
Yeah,
of
that's a little
course.
rough.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
it's
But
painful.
but to say, like, it was Snoop Dogg, I think, who said, referenced it as being a science project, you should be able to say that.
Well, he didn't say, he just retweeted it.
Who said it originally again?
I don't know. Some guy.
Adrian?
But I'll say Snoop, it's funny how Snoop doesn't mind doing that, but boy, he was happy that Imus got fired too. So, like, they're all fucking hypocrites. All these
phonies.
guys. They're all
Akon.
fucking phonies.
Akon said
Snoop
originally, and then Snoop Dogg.
No, Akon didn't say. He's the one going to Africa to give 600 million people electricity.
Yeah, Snoop posted something about Akon and
So Snoop did say it.
Did he say it, or did he just...
yeah, okay.
No, he
and
just...
then J.R. Smith said it as well.
Who said it and who retweeted it?
And then J.R. Smith took his down immediately because he's playing.
Oh, okay.
He's playing for the championship with the Cavaliers, so you can't have any controversy when you're doing that.
But you notice how the heat's off Snoop? Because nobody cares. As a rapper, you're not going to get Snoop to apologize, so they leave him alone. Mm-hmm. Because he doesn't care what they think.
Chris Brown posted it too.
Did he? Of course
and
he did.
Kylie Jenner, I think, replied to him.
Saying what?
I don't know.
I despise Chris Brown, but
it's very high school, guys.
But I'm with him on this. He should be able to say that.
Yeah, he's a jerk off, but again,
he should be able to say that. Not very nice to say about your friend's dad. Kylie Jenner said. And she should be able to say
Of
that
course,
as well.
it's her father.
Yeah.
Give it 2 yawns, guys.
2 yawns?
Yeah, it's not
Change your
interesting.
gender under the limelight and not expect people to just notice. It's an interesting thing to switch your gender. That as long as it's not hateful, commenting on it should be free game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Very good. All right, Tyler, thank you for your thoughts on
Thanks for
the
the time, guys.
All right, we got Bill Maher, and this is what he had to say. He's coming under fire for this, I guess.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, we all remember 2012, Rick Perry. But Rick says, I am not that guy at all anymore. In fact, he says, call me Caitlyn.
Okay.
He really wants to get away from it. Oh, yeah. Oh, why even pretend we're even going to talk about anything else? That's what America's obsessed with this week, is Caitlyn Jenner coming out on the cover of Vanity Fair. And you know what? If she... Oh, you know what, pronoun police, if you're going to climb up my ass, while you're up there, you can kiss it, okay? Because it's going to take a minute to get used to it.
Good for Bill.
Well, I don't know about that.
But if she makes people accept people who are different, great, then she's done a great thing. But let's also remember, this is a has-been from reality TV who got breast implants. Okay? This is someone who used to be Kim Kardashian's stepfather and is now Kim Kardashian's stepmother. She's not Rosa Parks. But I'm glad she's happy. And, boy, it's working out well. She already has an endorsement deal with MAC Cosmetics. And did you see the Vanity Fair cover? She looks pretty awesome. Maybe they used the MAC Cosmetics. And I think this is going to be very good for MAC Cosmetics. Oh, I'm going to buy stock in MAC Cosmetics. Can I conceal my crow's feet? Lady, this shit made a 65-year-old former dude look like Brooke Shields. Also, this is the oldest woman, 65, to appear solo on the cover of Vanity Fair, which I think sends a very powerful message that you can be a sexy, glamorous senior woman, and all you need is strength, determination, and a dick.
Wow. The closer. Has to be.
Oh, yeah, she's keeping the dick. She's got boobs, but keeping the penis. Should have changed her name to Spoiler Alert. What the? No, she's not lopping off. She's adding on. Try to get the permits out here. Anyway, this is not... This is not going over well with everybody on the right. Rush Limbaugh, he says, they're redefining normalcy. I say, great, yeah, for the better. But you know what? Rush says if you want to make your penis disappear, do it the old way like I did. Have your belly fat cover it up.
Yeah. Nice one.
There you go. That's pretty much it.
And I tell you,
so why is he under fire for that?
He's such a good comic. I mean, he's always been known as like a really strong joke guy too.
Yeah.
Like always bang, bang, bang. I love it.
I don't think he cares if he's under fire. He's been under fire so many times. The fact that they still obsess about what Bill Maher says, like it's going to change what they're such dopes.
Right.
They're such dopes.
And he doesn't back down, which is great for everybody.
What's interesting is that you even saw with the crowd is that the really strong joke, they cannot not laugh at it. But the one that's more of just an aside of fun, where it sounds more of an opinion than a joke, then they're more groany.
Yeah.
And I know because he's that's his crowd and all that kind of stuff. They are definitely, they want to hear that, and he never retreats from a fight. So, you can't ask for more if you're, going to be like that guy, if you're going to be the comic who kind of always takes the hard road.
What I do is I just use my catchphrase on stage now that I talk about Bruce Jenner.
What's that?
Billy, do you hear what happened with Bruce Jenner? What the hell's going on around here? I figured since my career's only going mediocre, I needed a catchphrase. Now that's a good one.
Well,
it was very popular, very well received.
What happened in Texas? That one doesn't look good.
The cop pulling the gun?
That one doesn't look good.
What was happening at the pool?
I don't know, but the video does not look good on this one.
He didn't shoot anybody.
Cop suspended after being caught on camera pulling a gun on kids at a pool party. This one don't look good.
There's a lot of misconceptions in this one.
Yeah. Where's the video?
It's Texas, right? And they're having a pool party after all that rain?
I was reading updates earlier, and apparently neighbors called the cops because there were a lot of black kids around. And that's how cops ended up showing up.
All right, so they showed up. They have good, conscientious neighbors.
Wow. Is this the
Who
video?
is this guy? Is he like a hired blocker of the camera? They should hire like a big guy to block the camera.
Yeah.
Well, they threw this girl down, but she probably wouldn't get down, right?
She threw her down, and then I think he sat on her or something.
And then who are these kids?
And then he pulls a gun because the kids,
and then two other cops showed up.
The kids reacted to the girl being kind of thrown to the ground a bit.
Well, she's not exactly complying, is
She's
she?
not
But
complying.
who's the big guy wearing the short? Like that guy is like the blocker. Who is he?
How is he? Look, she's not doing what he says to do.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know what he's like. What she did to begin with.
He wants her. Yeah.
But she's fucking like struggling. What are you supposed to do? Ask her politely?
I can't turn the TV on.
See, look at that guy.
Yeah.
They hire big men.
We got the video.
Block the video.
What do you hear in the video?
There's like two different stories.
Yeah, and then these
about
girls run over.
What started this?
What is going on
What
here?
are the stories?
Some people said that they were not supposed to be at that pool. It's a private pool.
Oh.
And that they showed up and they were, hopping the fences and causing trouble. Another story is that they were there on guest passes as part of a school, end of school year party, and that they were allowed.
Oh, it's
to
a
be
pool. It's not someone's house.
No, it's a private pool.
Okay.
But I think the issue is, were they supposed to be there or not?
And now there's a 7:30 rally. But was it? Why did they? What happened with the girl? Was she just not?
She just wasn't complying. He was trying to, they were just trying to round people up, I guess. And, and you could see on the video she was, getting up. But I think the issue is that,
he pulled a gun.
Yeah, he kind of panicked and pulls his gun on just the crowd.
But I think it was
they were coming
two
at him
kids
from his blind spot.
Yeah, two kids were coming at this situation, going, "What the hell's going on?
What the hell's going on around here?"
And then the cop said, "Well, I know how to take care of this immediately." He pulls his gun, and they certainly ran away. So,
yeah,
it did keep control of the situation.
That's what
But
the cop said when he got out of the car.
What?
What the hell's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just the beginning of the summer. It's going to be a long, hot summer.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Well,
Outrage.
I think that it's okay if you have a white pool and a black pool. They're both the same. Water is in them.
Where was the lifeguard? Where was the multicultural lifeguard?
He was about to have to save all of those people if they went in.
I just dodged a bullet, literally.
Yeah.
I was going to have to jump in.
Yeah, none of them. Well, that would have been 15 or 16 trips in and out of the old drink.
Well, that's,
I don't know. I'm interested. Maybe it wasn't a pool. Maybe they were just annoyed that the cops were there when, they were allowed in the pool. I don't know.
they're pretty much saying a cop shouldn't be pulling his gun in that situation.
Probably not.
Well, let's just get to it. It was a little erotic. It was erotic. She was wearing a bikini. He's coming in Law and Order.
Heine looked good.
There's some stuff jiggling around.
Yes. Underage.
Jiggling.
Turn it off.
All right. So
I don't know what's going on.
We'll know more as the day goes on.
There'll be a protest or a swim test. What will it be for this one?
It's going to be a rally outside. Everyone in swim trucks bouncing balls. We have the right to swim, and the balls will bounce.
No, people will tread water for it. I think that's what'll happen.
Cop suspended after being caught on camera pulling a gun on kids at a pool party. So.
Treading water.
Got a feel-good story for everybody. Feel-good story. A wheelchair can become just a big sex toy.
What?
Toronto to host massive orgy for disabled people.
Wow.
Massive orgy. Is there a video of this? Of them talking about it? I want to see the video. In what may be a world first, Toronto is to host an accessible orgy for disabled people. The Deliciously Disabled Sex Night will take place in a theater in the Canadian city. God, are they selling tickets?
Is this just for physical or emotional also?
Yeah. Can you just limp in and start fucking? Fuck the girl in the wheelchair?
My mom never told me I was good.
The capacity
You're emotionally disabled.
For the evening is 125 and is open to disabled and able-bodied people.
Oh,
wow.
It's great.
Wow.
Fuck someone with a claw hand.
Wow. They're just trying to be PC, I guess.
But orgies, I've never seen anyone fucking kicked out of an orgy for having a limp. Like, has anyone ever said that you can't come into this fucking orgy?
But I think they're going to the next level where, it's going to be wheelchairs, helper monkeys. Everyone's allowed.
Entrance fee $20. Though caretakers can get in for free. So
finally,
they know that these people are so disabled that they need caretakers. So the caretakers could come in for free as.
And will the disabled be doing most of it, or will the caretakers have to jump in and help out?
That's a good question.
Wheel me closer. Wheel me close. Now pull it back. Pull it back.
And there will be an interpreter for the deaf. And space for 20 wheelchairs.
You don't need an interpreter. You just point to your dick and you point to their mouth. That's the language of love.
The orgy is the X-rated idea of disability awareness consultant Stella Palikarova, looks like. The 35-year-old says she thought of an orgy after becoming increasingly fed up with people assuming there must be something wrong with her libido just because she's in a wheelchair, as she has spinal muscular... Wow.
That's good. I like that.
Spinal muscular what?
Atrophy, excuse me, yes, atrophy. And also because those who organize orgies do not cater for the disabled, she says. Fellow organizer Andrew Morrison Gerza was more candid. A wheelchair can become just a big sex toy.
Well,
so this is going down in Toronto.
Oh, good. They should for them.
Would you check that? I would check that out.
Toronto is a very hip town. You know that, right? They're very hip up there.
Hipper than Montreal?
It's a different kind of hip. I think Montreal is more a European feel, with the French thing going on there. But Toronto, like a future world. Yeah.
It's more of a future world?
Yeah.
Montreal is like, they like their pot up there.
Montreal's a little pot. And drinking. They're drinking.
Are you doing the comedy festival this year?
I don't think so. I think I'm too old now to do it. What do you guys think?
No, not at all.
We're not going either.
You're not going to go?
We're taking a year off.
Wow.
We did
Jim?
the last two there.
Jim, you were there.
No, they didn't ask me this year. Maybe it's every other year they ask you or something. So
maybe it's your politics.
Possibly. I'm up there I'm taking no prisoners. Name my new tour.
Maybe it's your stand on the St. Lawrence Seaway. That's their river.
Oh.
You had a big spot.
Sorry, homeschooled.
You had a big spot at the festival last year, so.
It was just a dumb show, but it was fun.
It's always fun to go up and see the other comics.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a big spot. They asked you to talk. It's a big deal.
Keynote speaker, Jim Norton.
Yeah, it was nice of them.
Jim, when you get to speak in front of all the comedy community, did you dress up a bit or no?
Yeah, I wore a suit.
Did you dress the crowds? Comics,
yes.
Ventriloquists, close-up magicians.
Yes. I addressed it as comics and friends.
Comics and friends.
Comics and friends. I'm here today.
Bloggers, posters, and
Twitterers.
We're going to get Dr. Ruth in 10 minutes, I've just been told.
10 to Ruth.
That'll be great.
She can weigh in on this whole disabled orgy.
Yes, because you have a penis, even if your legs are broken, you should be able to have 3 holes filled with dick.
Put the parking brake on.
She could weigh in on that, and Caitlyn Jenner, and
just because you've had a stroke, there's no reason that your mouth should not be used as a receptacle.
I fucking got her down.
That was That's
not Dr. Ruth,
not
by
Ruth.
the way.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
That reminded me of something out of Hogan's Heroes.
I gotta piss.
Don't. So I thought we were going to hear the Jerry Seinfeld.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I want to hear about that because there definitely is.
All right, it's quick.
It's
Jerry Seinfeld.
Am I ruining the schedule here?
No. We're going to take leaks though before Dr. Ruth comes in. Are you cool with that? You all right with that? All right, good. Jerry Seinfeld, college kids to PC. He says college kids are PC now and use words like racist, sexist, and prejudice without knowing what they're talking about. It hurts. Comedy.
But it's not even a noteworthy clip because it's been happening like that for years. Comedians have been saying that.
Yeah.
But has it gotten a lot worse?
But for him to weigh in on that because he's very,
he's a bit...
He's accessible to everybody, basically, and for him to say that is,
That's true. So, and now maybe they'll pay attention because now Seinfeld's saying it, even though every other comic has said it for many, many years and didn't get the ink.
I don't know. It makes every tape now seem like everybody's CD now is like the old school Red Fox party tape. If you have a couple of saucy words on it and you say like one or two inappropriate things, now it's like, hey, shut the door. We're gonna listen. We're gonna listen to this thing. We're gonna get thrown off campus.
I never thought I'd see the day they would go after comics.
Oh, yeah. I knew
I
that
saw
was
it coming with radio
I
guys.
knew
That was obvious, but not comics. I thought it would be past my lifetime before they got to you guys.
I knew once they got you guys that they would come after us eventually. Because you guys were the wall. You were the Night's Watch, basically.
And then they wiped out. They wiped out the business. Because
Right.
no one's brave enough to hire anybody with real talent on regular radio.
Right.
No offense to some of my friends that certainly are doing it and doing it well, but in general, they wiped everybody out.
Right.
So now you get real boring radio on regular radio.
Yeah, you double and triple think everything you say.
Yeah.
That's what I find that it really gets in your head of like the double, triple, and then sometimes you go like, fucking, I'm just going to say it. And then you're like, you know what? That wasn't even the best version of what I wanted to say,
Just say it. Let's see the Seinfeld clip real fast before Dr. Ruth. Go ahead.
Worry you. I was watching this Bruce Jenner story, and 2 days before he did the Diane Sawyer interview, Conan did a joke, and it's funny. And then he did the Diane Sawyer interview, and if Conan would have done the joke 2 days later, he would have been labeled a bigot. Does the climate worry you now? I've talked to Chris Rock and Larry the Cable Guy. They don't even want to do college campuses anymore.
I hear that all the time. I don't play colleges, but I hear a lot of people tell me don't go near colleges. They're so PC. Hey, I'll give you an example. My daughter's 14. My wife says to her, well, in the next couple of years, I think maybe you're going to want to hang around the city more on the weekends so you can see boys. My daughter says, that's sexist.
It's amazing.
That they just want to use these words. That's racist. That's sexist.
Yes.
That's prejudice. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Does it hurt comedy?
Yes, it does.
No, it helps.
Yes, it does.
Artie Lang said this the other day. He said, I got nothing against Bruce Jenner, but can't I have 5 or 6 seconds to kind of figure out how to contextualize it? I do need a little time. I can't see him on the cover of a magazine and then immediately be, okay, I'm going to embrace this. He goes, don't I get 5 seconds anymore to kind of go, all right, let me get my... Louis C.K. went on Saturday Night Live. It was controversial. You've stayed away from controversy, but Louis does a lot of theater stuff. I wonder if it worries Louis.
No. Louis' great gift is he doesn't worry. He just does his thing. If I wanted to say something, I would say it. You got to go. Everybody has their hot zone. You got your heat map, and that's the jokes you do. For me, it's the subject. I talk about the subjects I talk about because for some reason I can make them funny. The ones I can't make funny, you don't hear.
It's a boring clip. It's kind of boring.
He laid it out, though.
They laid it out there. What's going on, though? What's going on in the world?
It's not like the comics aren't doing their job. It's just that, like, people have kind of, like, had this sense of humor, like, this innate, like, ironic, beautiful, like, life isn't perfect sense of humor beaten out of them by the PC police or whatever, that, like, this whole idea of, like, things aren't perfect. And that, like, you're not necessarily making fun of it, but just rolling with the situation. That's done. That's over, It's like we're all little robots now, zeros and ones. I think it's horrible.
Whatever happened to just telling someone to shut the fuck up?
Exactly.
As soon as someone gives you a little heat, you're like, oh, God, I'm sorry. Instead of saying, hey, shut the fuck up. This is my opinion on the subject, and that's that. Dr. Ruth Westheimer is outside our studio in pink. My God.
Should we just bring her in then?
Let's go. 87 years old. She's making her way into the studio.
Can I clap?
You want to clap?
I want to.
Absolutely.
All right.
Give her a nice hand.
Wait, she's not in yet. Ready? Hit it.
There she is. Oh, hello.
Dr. Ruth Westheimer. My God.
I see a book I did.
Yes, here you go.
Okay.
Here you go. Let me set
I
you.
need a good-looking, tall guy to put me up here.
Okay, that'll be Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian will
help
lift
her
you
out
up there.
Don't drop Dr. Ruth.
Don't
She's
break
an
her
icon.
head.
Yeah, this
Dope.
is.
Don't drop the icon.
No, don't drop
You'll be
the
seeing a lot of this at the Toronto orgy.
Okay.
There you go, Dr. Ruth.
Did he try to cop a feel, or was he a gentleman?
Don't talk nonsense.
Oh, she's right.
Shut it down, Ruth. Shut it down.
She caught me talking nonsense. Here you go.
You don't like when people talk nonsense, Dr. Ruth? That was just in fun.
There you go.
That was just in fun. Look at this book you got. The Doctor is in. Dr. Ruth on love, life, and some French thing.
Joie de vivre, say it.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre means zest for life.
Zest.
Nice.
I like having a little zest for life.
For life.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you feel about all? Because you've been so open for so long. How do you feel?
On?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, thank you.
How do you feel about all the on campuses they're talking about, like every step of sexual interaction now has to be consented to verbally? Like they've really, because of sexual assault, broken down any real interactions and made them not real anymore.
Very important question.
Thank you.
And it is controversial, what I'm going to tell you. But at the age of 87, June 4th, I have always been straightforward and honest, and I'm telling you, I'm very worried about that. Because when two people, I don't care if it's heterosexual, homosexual, whatever it is, are in bed together naked, I, in my old-fashioned way, say that means that they have consented. I don't want a couple at the height of the sexual arousal for him or her to suddenly say, I changed my mind. It will lead to problems. And I know it has to do with Title IX and with money for universities, and I'm very worried about it. Not many people speak up, and I know it's controversial, two people naked in bed, in my way of thinking, have agreed to have sex. And all you guys know that once you have that strong erection, if suddenly somebody says, I changed my mind, not a good thing.
But what is the woman supposed to do? What if she really...
She has that's a good point.
She realizes, oh, wow, I don't want to do this.
Okay,
I know I'm naked and be fooled around a little bit.
First of all, if she's drunk or he's drunk,
right,
they have no business in bed to start with.
I don't know.
But
drunk sex is pretty kick-ass.
I would say that she just has in my way of thinking, she just has no business in bed unless she knows that's what she's going to do.
So then she's got to go through the act at that point?
Never mind. I don't know.
But it's a fair question because as a guy who still meets, I try to hook up.
Okay, wait.
What do I do?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because I'm not going to say she has to go through it. I'm going to say it will lead to trouble on both ends. Next question.
No, let me ask you this.
Next question.
No, but it's a question for me as a man who's a sexual being. If I'm with a girl and this does happen from time to time where somebody changes their mind, am I obligated to stop? And I'm not saying some attack in an alley, but am I obligated to stop as a man, or am I able to go, look, you have in a way consented, and we are going to go through with this, even though you're not enjoying it?
At that moment, she's not going to hear you. Next question. Enough of that, because she's not going to hear you. If she says no,
I think we're challenging you on this a little bit. There,
yeah,
Dr.
it's not even.
Okay, next question, please.
Okay, well, it's not even a challenge. It's just about sexuality and how it's changed.
I know, but next question. I have said what I had to say.
You certainly did.
Okay, so how would you say that the gender roles and stuff have changed in sexuality, and what's permissible for men and women to enjoy?
Right. I would say that there's more oral sex than many years ago.
Yes.
Somehow it has been taken out of that idea that cunnilingus and fellatio is something not to be engaged in.
Analingus, too, is very underrated.
But there are still some people who will say, it's not for me, and they should stick to that. They should say, look, I like you, I'm willing to have sex with you, but there are certain things I don't want to do.
I've gotten a bit into a foot fetish recently. I know I'm 46 years old.
I don't want to hear about that.
Why? You're a sex therapist.
No, but I don't ever talk to people about their personal lives. Ever.
Well,
now let's talk about the book.
Okay, sure. Wait, hold on. I want to know.
Go to a psychiatrist. That's all.
Yeah, you're a little cranky today, aren't you?
The doctor is not in.
Yeah. Well, the doctor is in, but the doctor at the age of 87.
Yeah,
knows
87 years young.
What she knows and what she says on a serious note. Go to see a psychiatrist.
I don't feel crazy about it.
Over being attracted to feet.
I'm just curious if you knew what it represents.
Yes.
I'm just wondering.
No idea. Okay.
She must be inundated with questions like this at all times. So
But aren't you?
probably...
Okay, do you have a question about the book?
Sure. What would you like to talk about from the book?
I want you to ask me some questions.
Well,
I tell you why
but you don't like our questions.
You don't like our questions.
I don't.
They're not liking our
Listen,
questions. Jimmy likes to look
What is the book about?
We want to know what that means.
I just got here.
Good point,
You
Dave.
got it.
What is the
What's
book about?
First of all, look what they did, Amazon. I opened the cover.
Yeah?
I didn't know that. And they have the doctor is in, Dr. Ruth on Love Live.
Oh, that's nice.
And Joie de Vivre in gold.
And go.
Schwab
Oh,
Vive.
that's more. See, that's
way
where the
more
colors.
way more fascinating.
I have
than talking
a
about
nice,
foot
I have a nice
fetishes.
Yes,
softball
that's what the
question.
colors of the book.
Yeah.
Joie de Vivre. Are the French more sexual and romantic? They're known as the most romantic
No,
of
the idea, that's a good question.
Yes.
The idea is that the French, because of Paris,
Yes.
because of spring in Paris, not so. Americans are
Yes.
wonderful lovers. They are sexually the most educated.
Yes.
We have the best scientifically validated data about issues of sexuality. Americans. And so that the idea that the Italian lover or the French lover are so much better, nonsense.
How about this thing about being trans and Caitlyn Jenner? The whole country seems to be more accepting of that. Why do you think? Like, I admit that I like trans girls. Why do more people not in public life?
Look, I don't know. There are things I just don't know. I know everybody is talking about it. I'm not a psychiatrist, and I'm not a medical doctor, and I know that it's the headlines. But guess what?
What?
For you. The headlines for 2 days. And guess what? Today it's something else.
Well, it's a part of sexuality, though, right?
Yes.
It is a part of sexuality.
Yeah, whatever makes people happy. I do understand the curiosity about it. I also understand that. What are you filming?
I'm on Periscope. It's a new app that the kids love.
Yeah.
I have another question, Dr. Ruth.
Yeah.
Well,
this is not.
She didn't finish her.
I just want to say that it'll be in the news for a few days. I am a little concerned about what it does to the family that she left behind. But hopefully, like what we can say is, hopefully they'll go to see a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist, and work it out so that they can keep the relationship.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think is it because it's been speculated that it's purely psychological or that it is physical? What do you think?
No idea.
No idea?
No idea.
I think, as Dr. Ruth says in Chapter 11, always move forward.
Right.
Thank you.
It's not
a bad idea to move forward.
What I think is move forward. Now it was in the paper.
Yeah.
And let's try to make sure that the relationship is continued.
Exactly.
Okay. So you're very. Do you consider yourself more traditional when it because you've always been known as so open sexually and you'll discuss anything, but at times you sound a bit more traditional.
Good question. I'm very old-fashioned and a square, but I'm very well trained as a sex therapist. I also know my limitations. So I speak openly about orgasm, about premature ejaculation, about erection, but I'm basically very old-fashioned. I want people to have a relationship. I want people to have somebody who waits for them when they come home, and they have a relationship and a good sexual relationship. But I'm very traditional and very old-fashioned.
So you're a sex therapist, which means you like. But when I asked about a foot fetish, you're like, no. I'm just curious as to what that.
So I'm telling you, go and see a psychiatrist.
All right.
A sex therapist, I don't know.
No, that has nothing to do with a sex therapist.
But guys are into different parts of a woman, and some are into feet.
Yeah,
it's not that outrageous.
Yeah, it's nothing. But she's that's almost like Viagra for women. That's a big thing. It's about time, wouldn't you say?
And again, I have to tell you that I am a little skeptical. I don't know why the FDA approved it now and didn't approve it before. And if it would be proven that it would work for the arousal, now it's different from Viagra.
Right.
Because Viagra has something to do with the physical erection. I will have to look at it again. I'm very old-fashioned and a square. I don't go on bandwagons.
My erections have been mealy, and
I don't want to hear about your erections.
Well, you're a sex therapist. I'm talking
But
about
I don't
sex.
talk to.
She wants to talk about the book.
No, and you come to my office. I talk not on radio. I never answer
It's called Doctor Patient Confidential.
You don't-
Confidential.
I'm very confused
I'm
too.
very
confused by this
because
Dr. Ruth.
This book is more of it's a self-help, but it's also a biography.
Yes.
Of, now, I said to Opie, I said earlier that I was watching a documentary late at night, and it was about you in Israel.
Yes.
Talking to some of the smaller groups of cultural people that live there, because people think of it just as like Arab and Jewish
I
people,
just did
but
a
it's
book
not.
on the Cherkessim.
Yes.
Thank you.
All these very cool.
I just did a book on the Bedouin.
Yes.
I did a book and a film.
The Haredim.
Shown on PBS on the Druze.
The Druze.
On the Jewish Ethiopian who came.
Yeah. Mhm.
I tell you why I did that. I have now 4 PBS documentaries and a book to go with each one. I tell you why. I lost my family in 1939 when I was shipped out of Germany to an orphanage in Switzerland. And for me, family is very important. So all of those books are not about their sex lives, but about how they integrate the family and into the country of Israel. For example, I did one on the Cherkessim. There are Muslims, but not Arabs. The Bedouins, the Druze who live in Israel. I want to see what is their family life like. For example, the Druze can have more than one woman.
Yes.
And the Druze in the film that maybe you saw says to me, if both women, they live next to each other, 2 houses, and there is a rule that he has to spend one night with one night with the other one, not necessarily for sex, but for companionship.
I see.
So he told me in the film, he says, if both of them love him, he's in big trouble if he's 1 minute late. Because then she wants to know, where were you? So I'm particularly interested in anything that has to do with a family.
Okay.
Because I didn't have a family from the age of 10 and a half.
At this point, are you, I guess, like, because you've been for so many years, you've been interviewed and asked the kind of the same questions. Are you tired of talking about only sex? Like, is there more to you than that? Like,
Totally.
No, but I'm saying, is that, because you seem like you're a little annoyed I'm
That's
asking
a
you
good
certain
point.
questions.
No, that's a good point.
And I'm
That's
just
why I
a
did the
sweet
book.
boy who looks needs help.
You were in Israel in the birth of a nation.
Right.
You
I
were
was
there.
in the Haganah.
You were in the
I was a
Haganah.
sniper.
And
I can still do it, 5 bullets in a red circle.
you don't book the Comedy Cellar, do you?
Fun?
I'm sorry. Either way, no, Dr. Ruth, I knew that about you. I knew that you, like, when I was watching this thing when you brought up the Druze, and you were talking about, like, the reincarnation of, like, where, you know, they would see, like, a dead relative in a newborn. I think that was so fascinating that you did that. And I know that you also were dealing with the, who's the group where they dance? They're never allowed to touch, but is that, who are they? That's not the Druze, is it?
That was the Bedouin? No.
No.
There was a Druze. Not
No, the
Russian.
Russian people.
Right.
Who are they?
Oh,
Who are
the
they
Russian
again?
dancers.
Yes,
You're
they're
right.
very cool. That's
Boy, you did your homework.
no, I loved it. I thought it was cool, and that was what is it called? Newlywed by Capture, where they're supposed to basically elope.
Right.
I thought it was very cool, and they were really hot.
And then I now did a book with it.
Mhm.
So now I have a book with each one of those documentaries.
But what does this have to do with this book?
Exactly.
it's part of her life. Her life.
Part of
but
my
she doesn't
life.
want to talk about anything but the book.
Well, yeah, it's
She
her
doesn't want
life.
to talk about foot
Israel.
fetishes
So,
or.
can I ask another question?
Sure.
And then I'll be
No,
quiet.
please.
Israel is known
I'm
as
very
like
happy about you.
what? Because I'm a
Yes.
Jew. I'm the only
Yes.
member of the tribe in the room.
Absolutely.
I'm very
I'll
happy
ask more
that you
about the
watched-
colors of the
that
book
you
in just a
watched
second.
the
If you don't
Cherkessim.
mind.
Go ahead.
No, I
Who
thought it
chose
was.
the font?
Last question is so the Middle East is not really known like as a crazy liberal place, but Israel, like everybody says Tel Aviv is the ultimate party, but then like I've heard like Lebanon is like a great place, like
I do not
Beirut.
know.
So
I don't know about Lebanon, but I know that Tel Aviv is hopping.
It's
I go
hopping,
every
right?
year.
It's crazy.
I go every year. I just came back,
Mhm.
and Tel Aviv is as hopping as New York in terms of late night clubs and young people enjoying themselves and dancing.
licked.
Right.
So my thing is this: is that when the government or the society is super oppressive, does that make all these like I said, like in Lebanon is known as like a great late night party, like Beirut,
I'll handle
and Tel
this.
Aviv.
Ask your psychiatrist.
I have to think about that. It's a good question.
Yeah, like does it make
Ask your history
it
professor.
more fun to do because it's now like taboo and all that stuff?
Because it's a little
And they're
bit
really
forbidden.
just having a good time. It's not like it's craziness, but
It could very well be because the difficulty of life in terms of having one war after the other, probably makes the leisure time more precious.
Oh.
Of being able to dance and sing and not worrying about bombs falling.
Well, during the birth of Israel, it was so touch and go in the beginning, like in 49 in the war. Like
I was in the Haganah.
Yeah, you were in the Haganah. But I assume it was very romantic.
I was a sniper.
You were a sniper.
It was very romantic and very exciting. To be at a place that something new, like a homeland for the Jewish people, especially after World War II, was created. Good point.
When you were a sniper, that's fascinating to me. So you saw a battle when you were a sniper?
No.
Oh,
I was just on the background, like a dispatcher for radio, but I was very badly wounded on both legs, and a bomb that fell into the girls' residence in Jerusalem where I lived. And that's not why I'm short. I got hurt in both legs, but I would have been short anyway.
You're short, but you pack a tall man's punch.
Thank you.
There's a chemistry here.
I think so, too.
I think we learned a lot about this book.
How has celebrity, I want to ask this, is very important. How has celebrity influenced your life?
Very good question.
Thank you.
Because my late husband was very proud of me, but I didn't let him come to my talks because he would have told you. Don't listen to her. It's all talk.
Oh, wow.
And so it's wonderful to be a celebrity. I was last night, Saturday night, I saw Pharaoh win.
Oh, you were there.
I got kissed by President Clinton.
Wow.
Very nice.
Stop bragging.
Yeah, exactly.
90,000 people. And this little Dr. Ruth.
Oh, that's great.
And 90,000 people who were applauding.
Wow.
And you talk about fantasy in your book. You say many people fantasize about famous people. Do you think fantasy is a healthy part of sexuality, or does it distract from what's real?
I think in general, fantasies are very helpful, especially when people are stressed. When they get home, they have worried about the job, they have worried about the children. They should use fantasies. And since I use some humor in my lectures, I say, if a woman is worried about her mother-in-law, leave those worries outside the bedroom door. But if she wants to think about a football team being in bed with her, perfectly all right.
Football team,
wow. Doctor, yes.
Very traditional.
I'm going to call you Dr. Yes from now on.
You don't like talking about feet, but I have no problem talking about gangbang.
No, but she said don't tell anyone. If you think about the football team, just keep it to yourself and tell them it's a soccer team.
How about a hot cup of tea or something? You fantasize about a gangbang. That's crazy.
And if she's already naked, she's got to go through with it. Dr. David Attell, we learned that today.
Okay.
So now
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I love. So you're basically you're from Vienna or Germany?
Germany, but they think very often Vienna because my accent. After Germany, I was in Israel.
Right.
Then 5 years in Paris at the Sorbonne, and then in this country. So the accent is not really only German. And also, I think that they think about Freud.
Yes,
when I talk,
exactly.
so they say
The
that I'm
master.
from Austria.
So were you always very open-minded sexually? Were you, back then, it wasn't talked about openly?
No, I needed a job, and I worked in this country for Planned Parenthood of New York City.
Wow.
And first, I was a little shocked. I thought they talk only about sex, about contraception, about abortion. They don't talk about the weather or politics. And then very fast, I said, that's interesting. And I did my doctoral dissertation at Columbia's Teachers College, where I'm teaching now, my third year, about that topic, about Planned Parenthood and contraception.
So as a sex therapist, what do you think is the most common thing that blocks good sex in all your years of experience? What is the most common roadblock that people have?
Boredom.
Really?
Yes, boredom. If they engage in sex, same day of the week, same position, and it becomes boring, and boredom is very bad for the bedroom. So they have to vary a little bit the position. They have to vary maybe the place. Maybe check into a motel if there are teenagers at home.
Start licking the feet.
Yeah.
Something in the feed,
Yeah.
right?
Explore
Open
a
up.
little
Up a little bit.
I don't know.
Explore a little.
Well, explore, right? Mix it up.
I think the doctor. I think that you're not giving these kids more credit than they deserve because they really. This is the generation where it's all on the web, and they have so many temptations, and they also like the gender roles have never. We're trying to go for the true equality. So the whole idea of a guy being a guy and a lady being a lady that's up for grabs at all moments now. And I think porn has filled the void now of like just definite choices. Like
for me,
I'm talking about for me and Jim.
Pornography for me is only when it involves violence or children.
Right.
Anything else?
Those are
that
the ones
is-
you like?
Anything that is sexually explicit
Mm-hmm.
and helps people to relax and to get in the mood is fine with me.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think that a lot has been talked about whether or not prostitution should be legal? Some people say it's very, very,
Very good point.
very dangerous for women. How do you feel?
No, in my way of thinking, prostitution will always exist, has always existed, and will always exist. And I think it should be legal, because this way they would cut out the middleman.
Mm-hmm.
This way they would cut out the problems, and women could go for medical help.
Mm-hmm.
And like in Nevada, there are
Yes,
special
that's Bunny Ranch.
places.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it will never happen, but I would like to see it legalized.
Because you
Not
think
in America.
it would cut down on the trafficking and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people making money out of using women.
You know what's been
And the ladies
proposed?
would be, they would be kept clean too.
Yeah, you
know?
have to be tested.
Tested and-
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
I was going to say the celebrity thing is that everybody now thinks they're a celebrity, because of the social media.
Yeah.
So, do you find that people's expectations just of that, like just from the all these dating sites and apps and all those different things, that also throws the confusion into
Yes, it
into
does.
true romance or what connection?
No, I'm all for dating
Mm-hmm.
sites because I want people to have a significant other. I want them to have somebody in their lives.
Sure.
However, there is no question that with all of these television that uses real people, that people think that from one moment to the next they become a celebrity.
Right.
There are expectations that will never be fulfilled, and that leads to disappointments.
Do you think people are more connected yet never as lonely as now?
I do.
You do.
Because you see people walking around, each one having a cell phone
Mm-hmm.
and not talking to each other. And I do believe that young people are going to lose the ability of having a conversation.
Yeah.
They are losing that ability, and that worries me.
It's like people are just zoning out. Like when you're on your phone, like we would always daydream, but now you can just watch people daydream. It's like we can't hide the fact that we're not
Yeah.
paying attention anymore.
Right.
Not
Very
connected.
true.
Did you live on a kibbutz in Israel?
I lived for 2 years on a kibbutz.
Did you ever have sex in a hayloft?
Yes, I did.
You did.
His home.
I knew it.
You had sex
She's
in
a
a
farm
hayloft.
girl.
How was it?
It was gorgeous.
It was nice.
gorgeous.
Under the orange trees.
He
The
was-
halo or the
yes.
guy? What was
It
gorgeous?
was beautiful, and I was lucky I didn't get pregnant. I didn't know.
Whoa!
I
No
didn't
pull
know
out.
what contraception is.
That's how she lost her virginity. I did my research. That's how you lost her virginity.
Really?
On a hayloft?
He did his.
I did my research,
Oh,
right?
you
This
did.
was in
Thank you.
Israel. So how did you hook up? Did you go, hey, Moshe, meet me at quarter to high?
No, we had a wonderful relationship. He was a soldier in the British Jewish Brigade in Egypt.
Oh, really?
He was gorgeous.
Nice.
And I thought that's the love of my life. First, I thought nobody would marry me ever.
Why?
Because
Why'd you think that?
I thought because I'm short.
No. Nice
In
rag.
my diaries, I wrote nobody would ever marry. In the meantime, I've had one real marriage of almost 40 years. My husband passed away a few years ago.
sorry to hear that.
And 2 marriages before, so I did all right.
Oh, okay.
I did good.
Bounced
I have
around a
2
little.
children. I have 4 grandchildren.
Really?
Yes.
And because I think Seinfeld said it today, where these kids, I assume some of the grandchildren are in college, right, or out of college. Do you find that that generation is so PC now that they are almost a
gave
little
talk-
stuffy?
They're a bit uptight.
Yes.
No, I gave a talk about sexuality and the Jewish tradition in Israel to a group where my granddaughter is for a year, and she said that was the best talk of the year. That made me very happy.
That's
you
good.
See my smile?
Yes, you do look very happy. Much happier than when I was asking questions. You look very...
Yeah.
Your other questions were okay, no problem.
Okay, I don't think you like me. I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, Jimmy was coming from a good place with his questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked at you like he was waiting to find some answers.
I know, he has to come to my office.
Jimmy,
and I won't charge him.
You won't? Oh, good. I'll give you a new book. It's The Doctor is In. She's pointing. She's a very good plugger. It's called Dr. Ruth on Love, Life, and Joy de Vivre.
No. Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre. Very nice.
Joie de vivre. Joie de vivre.
He said it nicely.
I know, I was just being cutesy. It's called The Doctor is In, and there's a picture of Dr. Ruth in pink. And to cover the font ground that we did start, the inside is almost an eggshell white. And there is a regular traditional white book cover with pink on the outside. The Doctor is indeed in gold. You were not lying. And Dr. Ruth on Love, Life, and Joie de Vivre. Very delightful.
You said Joie de Vivre very nicely.
Yes, I was just being...
You're a fast learner.
Yes, I am. I'm an adorable sweetie. I was just joking about mispronouncing it.
So get married. What's the matter?
No. Well,
he tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen.
I tried telling you, but you didn't want to hear that. I don't know if I like girls or trans girls. Who am I going to marry?
Yeah, I think. Well, why isn't Jim getting more props for being way ahead of the curve on this whole trans
Dr. Ruth hates me. I just want some love and a little help.
No. I'll come back. I'm doing 2 more books this year.
You are?
I'm coming back.
Okay. 2 more books.
Yeah, I'm doing a book on the Circassian that you watched.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a book for children on turtles. That's for you. Listen.
She's pointing.
I have a whole collection of turtles, not live.
On turtles?
Little turtles? Little turtles.
Aww.
Okay. Listen,
good soup.
The turtle, that's for you. A turtle, if it stays in one place, it's safe.
Yes.
Nothing can happen to that turtle. It carries its house on its back.
Yeah.
If that turtle wants to move, it has to take a risk. It has to stick its neck out.
Yes.
It could get hurt. But without it moving, it doesn't get any place. So I did a book for children.
I like it.
Little grandson who is scared to play soccer. And then I say, try it. He does.
I say,
yes.
try it.
He does.
Yeah.
And he gets a goal. And then at the end, the team wins. And the team is called the Turtles.
Oh.
I love that. I'll come back and talk about the...
Please do. All right. I guess Dr. Ruth has been trying to wrap up for a few minutes. You're a delightful...
She's in control of this.
You're a true delight, Dr. Ruth.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth.
God bless you, and thank you for fighting the good fight.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Come right back?
Yeah, we'll come back. Dr. Ruth West.
We got that whole box of tissues. No one even cried.
Could you sign my book? You're a delight. My name is Jim.
Can we get a picture?
Jim? Yeah, she looked at me. Why would I lie about that? I'll lie about a lot of things, but never my name.
This is the 3-pack.
Hold on. Wait, I want to get in.
Okay, get in.
Why are we doing this so unprofessionally? Get off the air.
No, I wanted to.
Oh, we're on the air still?
Yeah, who cares? Ready? Dr. Ruth.
Oh, hold on. She's...
Look up.
Gangbang. Okay. I can imagine the crazy things people say.
I think I'll go.
But thank you.
Yeah, that was...
I'll give you a date.
You going to give me a date?
No, not that date.
Oh, I thought you said I'm going to give you a date.
Whatever you think.
You should go see Dr. Ruth.
I would love to.
Did she mean that?
Today is, hold on, let me see. Dr. Ruth wants to know the date.
June 8th.
June 8th.
June 8th. Plus 2.
Yeah.
All right, should we break? Because I have to use the restroom.
Yeah, let's break. Dr. Ruth, it was a pleasure.
Yes.
I always...
And we'll be back to wrap this up with Dave Attell.
Canadians.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right.
No, I've always been a big fan of you. God bless you.
All right, there she goes. Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Well, we're out.
Good luck with the book, Dr. Ruth.
All right, there she goes.
God bless.
God bless. Godspeed. Why won't she talk about that stuff? That's way more interesting. Although, Dave, thank you.
But, no, I'm sorry. She really has to have an amazing life. And
but thanks for finding a direction there, because she wasn't into our direction.
No,
but I'm sure she's inundated with all those whatever. I can only come when I hear a doorbell, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, foot fetish. That's not too crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
It gets way worse than that.
I thought that was pretty.
Not that that's bad. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a normal thing. There's a lot of people that are into feet.
Anybody else, I would have dealt with in
differently,
a far different fashion.
Well, I was just imagining our Twitters if we decided to go another direction, because she's 87 years old.
She was really cool.
I'm not going to yell at an 87-year-old woman who survived the Holocaust. I just can't do it.
We will not win that.
Can't do it.
I like when she was pointing, though. It was very
yeah.
It's cool.
You didn't mind the next question?
I didn't like it, but it's again, there's certain people
They
you
were
just
good
can't.
questions.
It's like Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin's a cranky man.
Yes.
But I can't really be rude to Buzz Aldrin because, again, he's a much
Yeah, he's
older
a hero.
guy and he's fucking walked on the moon.
Yeah, he's an icon.
And she hasn't quite done anything that impressive, but again, still,
But the Turtle Book sounds terrific.
Exactly. I thought she was saying that as a slam on my physicality.
Well, people did think that maybe they were.
No, I thought
She was taking
that
a shot at you.
I thought that she was like she wanted us to deal with just this one book, but she's known for so many other books and so many
Yeah.
other things, and her thing that I thought you were not wrong or anything.
I know, not at all. They were because they weren't crazy questions. It was
Yes.
like the foot fetish or things that people deal with. And she wants to just talk about the book, but that's part of plugging the book is talking about stuff that people are interested in.
She also said something extremely controversial, and we were just challenging her on that. She basically said, if you're naked in bed, it's too late to say no.
I think
That's
she realized
crazy.
there was no way out of that. That was good because she kept backing. Okay, next question.
But that came out, I think, last week. That quote went everywhere, and we have her in studio. So I mean, we wanted to challenge her on that. Women should be able to say, "Holy fuck, I know I'm naked and we fooled around here and stuff, but I realized this is not what I want." And she's saying at that point it's too late. That's crazy.
Yeah. I maybe I didn't phrase it right when I said if a broad dozes off, is it cool for me to sink my prick into her? Yes or no?
Not a nose.
She's basically saying as soon as the guy has that hard on, it's the point of no return.
Yeah, so you tell me, so maybe I shouldn't have said it when I looked at it and I grabbed my crotch and I said, so if I got this, I can stick it there? Probably I was wrong to say it like that.
Probably.
That's my fault.
Yes.
You know, her documentary that I was talking about, like that was about like all these really cool like groups that live in Israel. And I have to say, there's something like these people are like, I don't know where she found them all because like every other person looked like a model. They were that hot, like Bar-Lev, like super hot. So
Really?
It's something in the water, and I think it's tears.
Did she?
I was disappointed in Dr. Ruth's lack of willingness to discuss other things.
She wanted to talk about the book.
No, I know, but you're
But
a sex therapist, and they weren't crazy questions. It wasn't like sort of a donkey comes in your eye. What do you do? Which would have been eventually showed up.
Yeah, we weren't even going to talk about tinkle drinking or anything.
No,
We were gonna
nothing
just the feet.
I think what she's saying is, I think she doesn't know that how cool you are with your own situation. So
How are you the biggest sex therapist in the world? And you don't want to I'm asking like a legitimate trans question. It says DR. It doesn't say fucking best friend Ruth. It says Dr. Ruth.
So she has studied some of these things.
So you're a doctor of some sort.
Yes.
So to ask you as a doctor about, okay, the whole country is talking about this shit, and she's saying the headlines. I don't care about the headlines.
Yeah.
I'm saying, is it fucking a medical thing or just a psychological thing? How do you not have an opinion on that?
I don't know.
And how do you not see how that's relevant when you are the foremost, best-known sex therapist in the world, probably?
It was really annoying.
it was almost like she didn't want to get bogged down on that because she wanted to talk about this book. And this book, I think,
But
is
then
more.
she didn't want to talk about the book anymore when you pointed out the documentary.
I'm sorry.
No, but she didn't mind going off. But she went off on that, though. She didn't mind going in that area.
That's the
Can
point.
I say my favorite moment when you guys were both like kind of coming at her from both sides, where like you were asking her something, and then you pulled out the camera, and she goes, "What's with the camera?" And you go, "It's Periscope. It's a new thing." And it was like, I felt for her in that moment because I was like, "Technology, what's happening?"
I shouldn't have, but I gave up at that point.
What are you filming?
You're not really supposed to give up, I know, but at that point, I'm like, oh, Christ.
Dr. Ruth, you're doing an interview. You've been on TV
great.
more than
Come on.
anybody.
Right.
She's okay.
She's just okay, David.
She's
Attell.
okay.
She's just
She's
okay.
great. She's not great.
And if she was 47, it would have been a different angle we would have taken.
Yeah, that was
She's lived an incredible life. That's what she's trying to say. That you have to roll with the punches.
And
You
good
can't-
for her.
You don't win in the end if it comes across that you were beating up on an 87-year-old.
You just can't do it. And it doesn't-
You don't win at the end.
You just don't.
It's not
47, we might have been
I'm going to take her side, not just because we're both Jews.
I don't
But let me
want.
tell you
I don't want to
something.
be rude to a woman who's that much and who's done that.
Do you remember
of
her
course.
radio show? Didn't she talk about all that stuff?
Of course she
Yeah,
did.
well, that's
People
the thing,
call
she's
in and go,
done with
"Hey,
it.
Dr. Ruth, I'm into feet. What is it?" And then she always had something to say about it.
But
I mean, you can't say next question.
If you're maybe she's just bored with answering those, that's fine. But
I thought she was a regular. Did she come in a lot?
We've never met her before. I met her once.
No, she was on before.
No, she wasn't. Not when I was here.
Well,
I've never had her in.
We've
Oh,
had
maybe.
her on
Okay.
Over the years, maybe you're gone that day.
I
think we've had her on a couple times.
I wanted to see if she would.
Before this.
Who's the guy who does Love Lines? What's his name?
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
Is Dr. Drew her like son? Like, is he related to her to some degree?
No, why?
Because I felt like they're both kind of the same business. Like, that's the family business or something.
Yeah, but Dr. Drew would have at least tried to give a real answer on that stuff. He wouldn't have fucking blown it off.
And Dr. Drew had admit that he did some cocaine. That he was a naughty boy back in the day.
Not recently, right?
It came out last week. That was a big deal with Dr. Drew.
Yawn.
He was forced to admit.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because he comes at it as like, you don't need it. A good run is
here's the chapters. Always move forward. Embrace your passion and your beliefs. Open yourself up to love. My history in love and marriage. Going after what you want in life. Enjoy the crazy turns life takes. How celebrity influenced my life.
She talked about the colors of the book. So anyone that thinks we were wrong in that interview and we should have kept it to the book, I'm like, what do you want to talk about? I want you to ask me questions. And then she opens it up and she talks about the gold coloring.
She was excited that her name was like
she mentioned what was underneath the book jacket.
No, I didn't find that was a necessary...
You think that was interesting?
No, I didn't think that was more relevant to the world today and our sexuality as a country. No, I didn't.
You guys expect a lot.
Well, yeah, just an open discussion from someone who's made their living and is famous because they were open and outspoken and said anything and didn't avoid things.
We were put in a tough spot. Anyone else, our claws would have came out.
No, I didn't. Again, I didn't mind not doing that with her because she's so.
She is.
But it wasn't bad what you were asking.
No, I know it wasn't. I wasn't trying to be shocking.
Yeah, you were.
That's
You
very
were actually
mild
being
question.
very gentlemanly.
And I was being polite. I wasn't trying to be a dick. Like, what's up? A guy gets fucked in the butt.
Yeah.
I was trying to speak in
being a
proper
gentleman.
terms. She's an older woman. I'm not an asshole.
And when you put a radio show together, that was sort of a callback to Jimmy talking about feet earlier. And then you get an expert.
That's true.
Yeah.
Best line, I don't care about your erection.
Long story short, she's not playing. She wasn't playing ball. She came in with an agenda.
Yeah, but that would. Yeah, but she was just.
That she loved you, Dave Attell.
No, I find her fascinating. I really do.
I do as well. I thought I would, but she was much more fucking. She was not as fascinating as I had hoped.
Really?
I think she'd be a fun person to talk to. Open, beyond all this PC garbage and not shockable like the young people. We want to talk about a lot of this. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree with you.
An open book, Dave. That's what I always say.
I didn't realize she was so deep until Dave pointed out some things.
Well, that's the thing, is that she's lived a long life, so she can give you advice not only in the bedroom but in life, and that's the new thing. Is that it's kind
she
of
brags about being a sniper, but she never really practiced her craft.
Right. Although
why do you think they didn't use her as a sniper, Jim Norton?
Probably because they didn't want a bunch of people being shot in the shins. Well, they could have hit her in a birdhouse.
Too soon.
Hey, there are bullets coming out from under that coffee cup.
Coffee cup. Wow, that's small. That's small.
She's a little lady.
I wanted to ask her about the whole,
tiny.
Euro, like she grew up in basically fascism.
Yes.
She had to get out
That's
of that.
not in the book.
Yeah, but I wanted to hear, was it like a kinky thing like we've seen in all those movies where, super kinky?
It's not in the book.
Whips and chains and all that
I don't
stuff.
care about chains. They're not in the book.
All right, well, I guess we'll never know now. But she's got the 2 other books coming out. Now that's what I call
amazing! Talk about the turtle.
That's achievement. That's for the little kids.
Yeah, I know.
But you can read it too if you want.
I'll read the turtle book.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get out of here, Dave Attell.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Dave Attell. We got lots to promote with you. Where's your sheet again? Here we go. Let me do this proper. Dave Attell is one of. It could be. Well, let's just say one of. There's too many people that are.
Dave is
hilariously funny that is associated with the show. Dave Attell is going to be at the Comedy Connection in Providence, Rhode Island on Wednesday. Then Thursday, Higher Ground in Burlington, Vermont. Then Friday, Flying Monkey in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Saturday, State Theater in Portland, Maine. More dates with Amy Schumer, Judd Apatow, and friends. You go to davidattell.com.
Colin is on that as well.
Yes, it's going to be a good one.
Yep. Including Boston, Toronto, Chicago, San Francisco, Seattle, L.A. It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's got a couple things.
Just go to my website. If you want to see me, I'll be in the Borgata in July. I got Caroline's. I got fucking DC Improv. Bunch of dates people have been asking me about. So if you're just asking because you want to come, then go to my website, please, and get tickets. If not, ignore this announcement.
And Jim, congratulations on that new special. I saw it on Netflix.
It's not on Netflix yet. You mean
Epic.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thanks.
Yes.
Steve.
All right, we're gonna wrap up for today. Tomorrow on the show, Colin Quinn and his new book.
Is he tomorrow or
Really?
Wednesday? We keep getting different reports.
No, I think actually it's Thursday.
What's the book called?
Really?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, no.
I've heard every day now.
The schedule that I have is Ian Halpern tomorrow,
Okay.
Colin on Thursday.
Oh, great. I'll have time to read some of the book. Good. Okay. Colin Quinn sometime this week. Ian Halperin, our good friend. This guy is a trip. If you've never heard Ian Halperin, make sure you tune in tomorrow. He's got a book on Whitney Houston. He's dishing the dirt on Whitney Houston. So that's tomorrow. And we'll figure out the rest of the week as we go along. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.